What a way to start the stream.
Immediate fart noise.
Your hallmark of quality.
Hello, and welcome to this final boss fight livestream of The Golden Tooth. My name is John, and I am joined by the full Golden Tooth.
The golden teeths.
Sean is here.
Hello.
Michael is here.
What up?
Amy is here.
So today I saw a protest at my uni, and I believe genuinely that was a protest to get Ember put down.
I think it was a protest to get you put down.
And Sean is here.
Hi? I think I'm here.
Sean may be here.
There are
John, I
questions.
hope you're here. You're the
We'll
only
figure
one
it
that
out.
protects Ember with me. I thought John would help, but then the session at MCM happened, and I can't trust him ever again.
Lols.
When last we saw the Golden Tooth, there was a bit of an issue. Calderax and Malzere both headed to their respective homes, and when Calderax returned, he wasn't entirely himself, was he, Sean?
No, it's perfectly fine. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. The doppelganger in the form of Calderax, who, by the way, whoops, I gave someone with amazing abilities to lie the option to lie to the party and kill them. Whoops. The doppelganger in the form of Calderax headed back to the tavern and convinced the rest of the group to come and visit his grandparents with him. They headed out to Calderax's grandparents' house, leaving Morks behind, as Morks had offered an explanation to what his deal was. And
What's the deal with this tiefling?
Boo.
and headed to visit Calderax's overbearing and protective grandparents, who wanted to see who their grandson was travelling with. Interviewing How at first, the rest of the group confronted Morks, who broke into the house and was causing some noise in a neighbouring room due to a, admittedly on my behalf, very low stealth check.
You have a habit of them.
To be fair, he rolled natural 20s to both spot that Calderax was a wrong 'un, sneak over there in the first place and pick the lock at the front door, and then sneaking down the corridor, he tripped over a carpet.
To be fair, he did have 2 levels in Bard, so
Yeah.
I'm surprised his stealth's not the best.
I mean, he's no Talon.
Hey, he's got jack of all trades.
Shit, he sucks. Oh, woo.
With Morks and Malzere and Pyrolis together, How apparently returned from the interview, but it was not, in fact, How, and a doppelganger had replaced him also.
Dun dun dun.
Pyrolis, Malzere, and Morks confronted the doppelgangers, defeated them, and turned the guards of the Grey Castle estate, or at least 2 of them, to their sides by showing the grey alien bodies that remained after their beloved scion's grandchild had been murdered in front of them. It's a weird life for a guard.
Gonna be able to deal with all sorts of shiz.
They instructed Malzere and Pyrolis that they had not been allowed in the basement for a number of months. And Pyrolis and Malzere convinced them to show them where the basement is. More specifically, take them to the entrance to the basement and give them a cover so that they can go downstairs without being confronted by other guards in the house.
Smart.
And we rejoin the group as Pyrolis and Malzere make their way down the stairs into the basement.
Okay.
It's a simple basement, as basements go. It's a stone-lined basement. There are a couple of things that stand out to you as you first ascend the stairs. The first is that directly... the first is that directly opposite the stairs in front of you... let me just bring you into the map. And bring the stream into the map too.
Welcome to the map.
Oh shit.
Directly in front of you, on the opposite wall of the little basement room, is a pair of organic cocoon-like sacks.
Oh, ew, no, not this!
I hope y'all can see this. I just see darkness.
Because you're not on the map.
Ah, it's so dark and spooky.
It might be that you're in a place where your eyes are closed or concealed from the light at present.
Or separate from
Perhaps.
your body.
Perhaps some sort of grey organic sack.
Ugh.
Perhaps. You can also, as you're quietly... Are you quietly descending the stairs?
Of course.
Yes.
Excellent.
They just go to the stairs.
Ta-da! We're here.
As you
It's rescuing.
as you quietly descend the stairs, without Hal here to play his normal quietly
Trombone.
descending the stairs trombone solo, you can also spot the working movements of another grey-skinned doppelganger just in the edge of the light from where you are at present.
Ooh, that slut's gonna...
You can hear... what language are they speaking? Do any of you... Did either of you who are here, or Morks is also here, and I should double-check what languages he speaks.
Because they're both criminals.
Oh, well, I'm... Sean, does Pyrolis speak Infernal?
No.
Okay, Malzere and Morks, you can hear... We have intruders upstairs.
Can I see what is just in the side of my vision, John?
One
There is
moment.
half a person in my vision at the moment.
You can just about see that half a person.
Sneakingly, okay.
You can just about see that half a person that is... Again, he is somewhat obscured from your current vantage point.
He's Eric with half a B.
Yeah.
But basically, this grey-skinned person here is saying to someone just about here, we have intruders. And then something here responds, well then deal with them. And you've got a very deep-voiced creature, large, infernal creature. For Pyrolis, you just kind of hear, Shunswashni.
The one time learning Infernal becomes useful.
One of the guards just,
I should have taken that night class.
do we need to come down there with you, or can we stay up here?
Well, considering one of the people you work for is probably down here, I think it'd be better if you come down here.
Okay.
Or maybe guard
They
the door
gotta
so
die.
maybe guard the door so nobody else comes out.
We'll make sure that nobody bothers you while you deal with this.
Cool.
Let's not get the guards unnecessarily killed.
Let's definitely do that. Well, Morg's killed one of them.
The one of them who has still got a bit of a scar over his chest covered by healing magic is like, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And they just quietly go out of the room and close the door behind them.
I take a little step forward. Oh shit.
I'm curious to see what you can see now. Ah, that's what you can see now.
The
Yeah.
same thing I can see.
Oh, I can see a bit more.
Oh no. From where Shan is,
No, we're
Shan
not.
can see that person also.
Oh shit.
No one else, but I still can't see anything. Just to let you know.
I'm still
Alright.
aware of that fact.
I
No,
think
don't-
like
I'm just
I
letting
think like
everybody else.
because I think because number 2 per se is in half darkness, he just kind of glances and sort of does a double take, and is trying to figure out if what he's seen is like what he's seen.
Give me a perception check.
I don't want.
Can we not just say that she did it and it was fine?
Well, it's fine now.
It's pretty fine.
You just kind of peer around the corner trying to keep as much of yourself obscured as possible, and stood in the room down to the very last detail is exactly who you see there.
Oh.
It's like looking in a mirror.
bugger.
It's like they're wearing nothing at all.
Before we step in there, having seen that Malzare is there, just trying to see if I've got anything that I can give each of us to have,
Aw.
so that it's clear who is who. She will have threads with her of some kind,
Okay.
leather strapping, so she will
Okay.
tie it on each of their wrists.
So you're giving them the MCM wristband.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
You can't just give those to people, guys.
I can, I have that power.
I still have a spare from the last con.
Yeah, so
okay.
each of us.
So
have-
Morks, Malzare, and Pyrolis all tie a bit of ribbon around their arms.
Mhm. Just in case.
Smart.
Cool.
What would you like to do now?
Win.
Oh, actually,
Ah.
with that natural,
No,
with that natural 20,
Yeah.
You just
I'm going to show you a little bit more as you
well done, everyone. We
as
can
you
all go
peek
first.
round the corner of the room. You also see, stood next to the doppelganger of yourself, this creature.
I cannot. I see like
That's
the
not
border
far
of
enough
it.
over.
Bugger.
see
This creature.
this creature.
It's
just a picture of Michael.
Beautiful. Yeah, it is. I
I
just
can't
like
see how offensive that statement was. I'm going to assume a lot.
Very offensive, yes.
the other two just hear me go, "What the fuck is that?"
What's what?
It's like some massive gorilla thing.
How many heads does it have?
That one specifically has one. I hope.
Okay.
You only see one head.
I'd stab myself in the head.
Because I think I know what it is, and I don't want to be here anymore.
Alright, I suggest that we surprise round.
Run. That too. I suggest we leave and never come back.
So
What, and
Morks,
leave you in there?
Morks
Wait,
pulls
no,
out
yeah,
a dagger.
save me, then we leave, and then we never come back.
Shh.
Calderax we can take or leave at this point.
Me and Amy, we've got a plan. You're the one who's been left behind.
Morks will draw out dagger
Never-
and
never do
rapier.
that to you.
Yep,
So blitz attack.
blitz attack.
Okay. In that case,
Can we surprise round them? Have they seen us?
they have not seen you yet.
Alright.
Oh, I'm I've just seen turn order appear.
Alright. Where's the initiatives? There they are. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, it's okay, because Mork's rolled a little bit better than you.
Ah, that's not too bad.
Can I just point out you rolled complete antitheses next to each other?
Yeah.
The world is back in balance.
Yeah, what you did there was just balancing life.
Okay, so I'll let you guys go first, and then I will roll initiatives for all of my bad guys.
Cool.
Yay.
Pyrolus.
Questions.
Answers, 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 answers.
None for you now.
Oh,
Um,
seemed unfair.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Reading spells, all of the options.
Reading spells, reading spells, reading spells.
Reading Rainbow.
Da 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 da. I mean, that one's all sorts of fun.
Have fun with that.
I just disconnected from Discord for a moment because of reasons of Discord decided to do that. So are you doing that spell?
Yes.
Cool.
There's just the voice of God echo in my head.
Oh, but I need to be here to do so?
And are you doing it at this guy or
Yeah,
this guy?
that dude in particular.
Okay, so you just spin around the corner, hold out the warhammer, and just the head of the warhammer just erupts with a ruby pulse of energy that connects with the creature. Roll me the damage.
Wait, which bolt does that?
This bolt.
Which bolt?
Yes, which bolt?
Which what?
This bolt.
Oh,
You guys are
Wait,
dicks.
who's on first?
Yes. That is... blah, blah.
That's numbers.
It is a 17.
It's numbers.
It's numbers. I agree with you.
It's numbers. The Gary Gygax story.
It's just numbers all the way down.
see, what happened was we decided we'd make this game.
5,
Give you loads of
10,
numbers.
15, 20, 25, 30. Bugger.
It's just already dead.
Yeah.
Just that.
Bonus action, dash, and I'm gonna go... Can I go? Can I go?
Can we go? Okay, bye.
Everyone hangs up, we leave.
Morks just says, under his breath, "This is really fucking weird."
You don't know the half of it, darling.
He knows quite a lot of it. That is 23 points of damage
Snazzy.
as he drives his rapier into his brother's own chest.
Cool, I just, that would... That's not... You need therapy for that. Some counselling.
And then
Maybe a hug.
I feel it's therapeutic for him.
Yeah,
True.
stabbing his brother is very therapeutic.
he just shouts back
Wait,
over...
I thought you were his brother. I'm so confused.
He shouts back over his shoulder, "There are some big guys out here."
Yeah, no fucking shit!
Typical siblings.
Malzare.
I will come stop this guy. Hi. Oh god, there are two of them. Okay. Alright. I hate this.
Malzare just charges up,
My dude. My god. Lord Jesus.
spins underneath the ruby energy, spins round with the rapier, and deals 11 points of damage.
Then can I stab with the dagger?
You can indeed stab with a dagger.
I'm I'm gonna be special and stab him by a silver dagger.
Ah.
Ooh.
Oh no.
No, you're not.
That's what happens when you try to use silver daggers.
Okay. Before turn 2 begins, I get to roll my initiatives.
No, please don't.
Yeah, what if they just don't do anything and we beat them up? Like me in secondary school. I didn't do anything, they still beat me up. I just couldn't win.
Oh boy.
I don't like that. That's not a nice noise, John.
That's a promising sound.
Mal just looks over at the other thing and he's just like, I swear her boobs are bigger than that.
Really? That's the other thing that you went oh boy to?
Yeah. Fuck the
I like the-
fuck up hole in the ground. I don't know what that is.
I like the way you think.
The fuck is a Balgora?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. Oh god.
Yep.
John, why?
What's a Balgora?
Not fun for us, that's for sure.
Fun for me.
Great, I'm sure.
How and Calderax, could you also roll me initiatives at this point?
As you slowly suffocate to death.
But I can't select my token.
That's fine.
It's also true, but I will push buttons anyway. I'm just trying to remember how to roll initiative at this point.
You
Go
click
on
the
the thing.
initiative.
Yep, I did it.
Cool. Where's Cal? Cal is a 9.
I don't know, he's hotter than that. I'd give him. No, 9, 7.
So not hotter than that then.
No. I was trying to be nice, and then, real life got in the way.
So
Yeah, I know, I'm hideous. This one.
at this point, the doppelganger in front of Malzere, with the witch bolt burning into it still, turns
I'm gonna call
round
that one Steve.
Stoive.
and will attempt to attack Malzere twice.
Steve!
That is an 11 and a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
That is...
Steve!
I just realised, does anybody have...
No, I don't have that.
D&D Beyond open?
No. We ever have that open?
It's a good point. You never have that open.
Also, I keep forgetting Malzere is supposed to have madness, and at this point I'm just like, fuck it, he's too determined to be mad.
It's a good way to defeat madness, I suppose, is sheer grit and determination.
Yeah, he has other priorities than being smug right now.
So you take 7 points of damage.
Oh, 7, that's not bad.
And I need to open up the Malzere, Calderax, Pyrolus,
Oh no,
and Dahau.
I'm a little bit spooked. Oh no, I didn't mean to press that! Ah!
And now everyone's dead.
There we go.
Cool.
Not cool.
Which... This, I'm on the wrong layer. Demonic baboon-like creature
What are those? What are those?
beats
What are
its
those?
chest.
Oh, wooga!
My party that I was playing with once defeated one of these creatures by throwing an entire necklace of fireballs into a room.
Charges...
It still survived.
Jesus.
That's what we're getting
Charges...
into right now. This is what John is killing us with.
Malzere.
Me.
That's an 11 and a 27.
Oh, fuck you. Well, the second one hits.
So that is 9 points of damage.
Oh, I forgot how much fun playing D&D with you guys is.
And then... Oh, Jesus. So that's a 27.
Other numbers, John.
So that is 10 more points of damage.
On today's session, we've learned that John secretly hates Amy. I'm kidding. It's not a secret.
5, 10, 15, 20. Doppel Mal
Yeah.
slams into Morks twice
Give me a hug!
and fails to make contact.
Cool.
How? Blackness surrounds you, which should be easy for you to work out because we've just covered this.
It's so dark.
But
Oh, I think I know where he is.
But- your senses are something. You're not quite unconscious anymore. You can hear the sound of. You can hear the sound of combat.
Bacardi. Oh,
Oh.
less exciting than God, I suppose.
Can you make me a strength check?
Oh, good. This is I have 0 in.
Fucking knew it.
What about a strength saving throw?
Nope.
No.
I tried.
Get your cheating ass out of here.
It's not cheating if I ask. It's cheating if I just do. I can't push it. Why is it not pushing?
Because it hates you.
Let me strength check.
It's gonna be like 5 strength checks come up now.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I got it. I got it. Why do I have advantage for fuck's sake?
Well, you rolled 17 first.
I don't know, but the 17 is the first number, so you just kind of pull back and reach forward and punch out with one hand and just make contact with something covering your body.
Ugh.
And it just punches through and you make contact on the other side with air and you just
Is it sticky?
tear.
Not the air. The air's not sticky.
Your fist is sticky in some sort of a substance you really don't want to think about too much.
Ew,
Oh.
ew, 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 ew.
Oh no, the orgy went wrong.
And you just
Oh,
pull
really
yourself out of this cocoon.
Oh, there you are. Hi!
Oh, hi. I was in a cocoon.
And
What? Oh, ew! Ew, you're covered in slime.
you can see in front of yourself
I'm sure
Malzere.
that I'm sticky.
Malzere is fighting a giant demonic baboon and a weird.
And over there, Malzere is.
And over there, Malzere is fighting his brother. And then over there is Pyrolis. And then over here is Pyrolis. And over here is another demonic baboon.
Okay, right.
Go.
Just take this in. Gonna take this in for a second. Pyrolus! Pyrolus! Malzere! Were there always this many of you?
No, it's new. Come help us. And no, you don't have one of yourself because we killed it.
And
Oh,
the Malzere over here just turns and looks at you. No, it's new. Come and help.
I gotta say, the first Malzere did that with a lot more conviction. I have some notes for the second Malzere.
No, don't give notes.
just say it. Little more flirty, maybe work on that. Honestly, I don't like this new Malzere at all. So, rather than risk punching a friend, because, like, how can see what's going on? Something weird's happened, so he's gonna go and punch something that's definitely not a friend, demonic baboon. Like,
We had just made friends with them. Ooh.
let me rephrase. Something that might not be a friend. there's always room for friendship. Right. I've forgotten how to play this game. Airburst.
Where are you going to airburst, or can you airburst from there?
I'm gonna hit.
Okay. A 17 does hit.
Fantastic. Ciao. Oh man, I just do.
7 points of A damage.
You don't.
Cool. I'm probably gonna flurry of blows because it seems like a sensible thing to do as a monk.
It's certainly a thing to do as a monk.
Help.
Or should
I do believe you just have an extra attack to begin with.
Oh, do I? I've got 2 attacks now. Fantastic. Let's do that then.
Let me double check with your character sheet, which
Yeah, I seem to
says
remember there were 2.
I think we did as well, and I was just as blown away last time.
Oh, extra attacks.
Wait, what? Madness.
Just every time you play it, oh, I get an extra attack.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I have a friend playing a rogue, and they hate the fact that everyone has an extra attack, and they don't. We do make fun of him for it as well. I go, why don't you use your... Oh, never mind.
Oh, no.
Okay, so roll the extra attack.
Blam.
That will also hit.
Blam. I'm in a weird mood. Don't know why.
We noticed. Okay, Mario.
Then... there's a lot of people around, so I might actually spend my key point to do patient defense.
Okay.
Yeah, spent the key point, patient defense, everyone has disadvantage attacking me. Chicka-chow.
Cool.
So a Pyrolis.
For the record, I want to just point out I was punching with air, not actual fists. Something a fake Hal would not be able to do. Remember this.
You are correct. A fake Hal did not do that.
Fake Hal didn't care about Ember, so yeah.
Ugh.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, hey, me. Fancy seeing you in a place like this.
What am I doing here? Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Pyrolis, it is your turn. As apparently, like, 4 of you rolled 17s.
It's a good number. Strong number. It's the number of friendship, John.
You
I
can...
don't know why. This one's when I played D&D for a while. I just go crazy.
Just gotta get all of that D&D back out of your system.
Yeah.
You've still got the Witch Bolt going, so you can just use your action to Witch Bolt some more.
Which bolt?
Is that the same enemy?
It would be against the same enemy, yes, which is the doppelganger currently facing Malzere over here.
Not to be confused with the Malzere over there, which I believe is their intention.
Yeah, let's just keep the Witch Bolt going. So have I got
I think if you just roll 2d12.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
these.
Don't worry, so do we.
2d12.
Wow, hurtful. Probably
Okay,
accurate.
17.
Still hurtful.
17.
Okay,
Pyrolis continues witch bolting.
awesome.
Morx continues stabbing his brother.
Fuck yeah.
Oh no, I stabbed the wrong one.
Totally by accident.
Wait, does he get sneak attack on the things where the thing?
He's a swashbuckler.
He does. During your turn, if you make a melee attack... no, not that one. It is not that one. It is not that one. You don't need advantage to use... If you are within 5 feet of it and no other creatures are within 5 feet of you.
Yeah.
That is accurate to the situation he is currently in. Which means he didn't roll an 8, he actually rolled
Oh, my friend's Papa
a
John.
16.
Cute.
Like, as much as, like, separating the company from the person is important, Papa John is just the worst.
And then he spins around with a short sword and misses.
Well, I've only had it once, so.
Like, he's a bad person and his pizza's not that great. Like, really, there's very limited reasons to like this person.
Caldorax,
Yes.
it's been a little while, but you start
See
to
how you do escaping.
come back to consciousness. You can't see anything and you're sticky.
Not for the first time. No,
Can you make me a strength check, please?
Well, probably not. To be perfectly frank.
That's what I thought as well, and I escaped. So all
Yeah,
it took was the power of belief.
But you probably have higher strength than me, so.
No,
got
my
0.
strength-
See?
yeah, mine's also 0.
You just kind of punch out. Doesn't break through, unfortunately.
Oh, that's me. I'll get back to my game then, shall I?
I'll just continue the nap I was having.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh fuck, there's more of them. Ah.
Yep. Sucks you don't have your healer, huh?
He stopped at 30. Does that mean there's 30 of them? Because that's worse.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Good luck, Pie.
Attack me! Attack me, you bastards! I'm windy.
That just sounds like you've got something wrong.
Look,
Oh, I had a
I
breeze bubble on jaw, I'm ever so windy.
look. I
Five.
told you that was glandular.
10, 15, 20.
Wait, where's he going?
5, 10, 15. Somebody yelled attack me.
I also yelled, I'm windy, so hopefully they're reading into one of those.
So,
not
so I
the
think
other.
it's going to be kind of confused as to who to go for.
So that is a 9 and an 8 as it swings its two fists, and then a 16 as it launches out with its giant fanged mouth.
Om nom 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 it goes. Om nom nom.
Do any of those hit you?
Nope.
Nice.
Hello?
Malzare.
I'm still here. Hang
good.
on.
I was worried. Yeah, no. AC is 17, I nimbly dodged them.
You are
will-
windy around them.
So gosh darn windy right now.
Alright. I will cast Thunder Wave here. Center it there so it gets the grillery thing.
Okay.
Put
Oh.
pasta.
And for maximum
Yeah,
effect, I'll do
Tupperware.
it at third level. Even though I've only got
Put
1/3 of
pasta.
spell left.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tupperware,
Roll me
pasta.
the thing you need to roll me, and is it a dex check or a...
It's a dice.
It's probably a dex check, yeah.
It's a con save.
Oh, con save, never mind.
Do I have anything chocolate? I do have chocolate.
Where's
Sorry,
mine?
I'm currently in my kitchen. I was putting away my pasta and I was like, I crave chocolate.
Sorry, I'm just going to use Gwyn as a quick marker for where your thunder wave hits.
I was about to say, and then he conveniently appeared.
The Thunderbird.
Is that accurate to where you're centering?
Yes.
Okay.
I bought chocolate.
So it
I
just
bought
hits
chocolate
these
brownies for my
two.
friends and they never ate them, so I'm gonna eat them.
Hey, why don't you send one to me?
Because it would be gross and stale by the time
Oh.
it got to you.
So one of them rolled a
Today
22,
was a good day.
and so
Well-
takes 7 points of damage.
Well, he's a slut.
But the-
Yeah, Kiri bought me a cup of
The other one,
Sorry, no, well, he's a slut.
rolled an 8, so
He's got the full damage.
Oh,
he takes the full damage.
you guys
And
are the
then
And then
Never change.
I will bardically inspire How.
Yes! I'm
how
windy and inspired! Inspire my wind!
you feel inspired
It's a D8.
and windy.
I always feel windy. It's part of being how.
I like to imagine Malzor just gets his loot and then just sings, "Be fucking useful!"
How
Aggressively
goes,
strumming.
no!
How
I'll do what I want.
the
Yeah, that's me.
the doppelganger
I'm
next to you,
fucking-
the doppelganger next to you swings at you and misses twice.
Nice.
And then seeing this, the other Bulgara is going to attempt to swing at you as well.
I'm windy.
I'm aware. I didn't roll at disadvantage,
damn it.
but I'm aware. 1 minute. That's a 16 and 2 natural 20s. And then a 17 on his
Okay.
bite.
You very definitely rolled earlier than this.
Yeah, but that
I
was
can
a
see-
that wasn't an advantage. Disadvantage.
Well, yeah, but you rolled twice anyway, so we could easily take the 14 and the 16 out of that instead of the 2 natural 20s, but whatever.
But where's the fun in that?
What he
Well,
said.
I get to, it's fair. That's the important thing. Fair.
You get to live.
Which, I will be honest, I'm somewhat enjoying.
What?
It's a lot
Why,
of damage you're rolling.
Why are the... Is that... What?
Many questions, John. Many questions.
Nani?
Okay, that's not the right amount of damage. So you take 16 points of damage,
That's not so bad.
and then also
Oh, there's an also. No, I don't like this anymore.
9 further points of damage.
Ow, 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 ow. That was 9 owls for the record. I am injured.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, what
No
the
way!
fuck?
And then this guy is going to attack Morks.
No, don't do it.
Do it.
Roll a 17,
God fucking damn it.
and then a 7.
I don't remember if I like this person. How likes everyone? Don't do it!
So that is
Damn this. Damn being a nice human being, how?
10 points of damage to Morks, who you will use Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, fucking yes.
It's honestly the hardest thing about being How is remembering that I'm trying to be a nice person. It's just like, ugh, it's so much effort.
And just incinerates Malzare.
I love it.
I really wish I was trying to come up with have you ever seen Fringe?
Yes.
Like they have their cool doppelganger nicknames like Walternate. I was trying to think of some for us.
Well,
Any luck?
No, I've been trying for the last hour. I've had 0 luck, if anything.
How?
Ah! Not again!
It is now your go.
Father! Cool, I'm gonna keep trying to punch this guy. Actually, wait, how big is a thunder wave? No, I'd probably injure more friends. No, I'd injure friends, not worth it. Let's ignore Thunderwave for now. I guess it's gonna go back to my good old-fashioned punching. I've heard good things about this.
I've heard good reviews.
Blammo!
That will hit.
Ka-chow! Really liking rolling 6s for damage.
Apparently.
A bit more. And then... Pa-pow!
That will hit.
Shablow!
There's a bit more.
I'll take it. Then... Flurry of bros.
Bros.
Flurry of bros. It's like, dude, what's up?
my friends in my Magmel campaign, we now call it the McFlurry of Bros.
I like it. I'm sticking with Flurry of Bros, though. That's gonna be...
Change the name on your sheet.
I might, if I knew how. Oh, no, got it. I figured it out. You hit the button that looks like a card. So I'd make more unarmed strikes, but I'm pretty sure I can use my air bursts.
Yes.
Unarmed.
Airburst count as unarmed strikes for you because you're special.
Cause I'm windy!
You
Damn
are,
it, wind!
you're a special little snowflake.
It's just kind of
I'm
a
gonna assume that
breeze.
misses.
That one does not. Miss, I mean.
I'll give you a breeze. Damn it, another 6. At least I'm consistent.
Doppel Pyrolis will run up to actual Pyrolis
Oh.
and rolls a 16 and a 16 to hit.
Want my honour present?
The 16
No.
hits, but the 16 misses.
Damn
no,
it.
I've got 19, so there.
The doppelganger here will run up to the Morks over there.
The Morks.
The one, the only.
And manages to hit him once for 8 points of damage, and Morks is starting to look a little bit hurt as well.
Like emotionally or physically?
Both of those things.
Oh, poor guy.
Pie.
Tempted to try something because.
Do it.
Bounce
do it.
boobs with her.
Wait, sorry, time out.
I boob you boob.
I'd like
Okay.
to make a boob check.
Boob check.
Interesting. No, that wasn't what I was gonna do.
Hal is very confused by this talk of boobs.
He's an innocent soul.
He is. Unlike
I'm
me. He's
going to
nice and innocent.
Boobs.
Hang on, I'm just measuring.
The boobs or?
Well, I mean,
Give me 1 moment, I need to measure.
just go check. No,
It goes up a dice every cup size.
that's a lot of dice. No, I want to find.
Okay.
So that should cover each of the eggs, I think, from here. Is that right? I can't see that last one without moving.
1 moment, let me double check. Because I can do this and give you an aura of 60 feet.
What?
It will just about cover all of the eggs that you can see in this room.
Okay, yeah, let's divine sense that.
Suka!
What am I getting? What's happening in each of them?
Okay.
Eggs.
This is empty.
Well, that's the one Hal came out.
That's the
with,
one
isn't
that Hal popped out of.
it? Okay.
The other
Still
three in this room carry a faint infernal ping,
Okay.
and then you're getting infernal pings from
Excuse me.
the two Bulgara, and blank pings from the doppelgangers, and Malzere is pinging infernal, as is Morks, and How is pinging elemental.
Yay.
And
How is
is
pinging
that-
wind?
An action was that?
One
What does that
moment.
count as?
I will double check.
Counts as a good feeling.
Divine Senses is an action.
Okay. What have I got on?
Which also believe
Close,
means
hopefully.
uh,
Oh, not hopefully, depending on your point of view.
Pajamas, hopefully, but I'd be wrong.
the Witch Bolt has dropped.
Yeah, that's fine. I assumed
the
that was
record.
the case.
For the record, because I'm not on webcam. I am wearing the Fox shirt again. Because
What have I got? What have I got that is?
You've got your Hexblade's Curse. You've got your Vow of Enmity. You've got Hunter's Mark.
There's so much reading.
That's where you choose a target, and then any attack you deal with that target gets an extra d6 damage to it.
Yeah, screw it. Let's do that.
Who are
How is
you?
that?
Who are you marking?
No, actually, I want. What were the ones that I've got points towards? What was Hexblades?
So Hexblade's Curse means you deal an extra 3 points of damage. Oh, you get a bonus to damage rolls. You score a crit on a 19 or a 20, and you regain 7 hit points when the target dies.
Okay, and
pretty good.
the back one of these two is least damaged.
Slightly injured, yes, but yeah, not
By
been injured a
comparison to
lot.
The other one looking better.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's Hexblade that one.
So the shadows just form up around it, and it is cursed.
Cool.
Morks is going to attempt to... Morks is going to risk an attack of opportunity.
if Morks dies, what happens?
Actually, no.
Um,
Morks is going to stab the Bulgara stood next to him.
if Morks dies, sad shit will happen.
Hits the Bulgara stat next to him.
How do you feel about him dying? Sad? Would it make you feel sad?
Can you please not kill my brother?
Yeah, well, no, I just want to say this is how I feel about Ember. So, be nicer, and yeah, deal with it.
I know you're being sarcastic and taking a jab, but you see, Michael, I see through all your little tricks and turns, and it's okay.
What?
Because it's a valid feeling to have.
Calderax,
Yeah,
you're in a cocoon.
I am.
Still, nothing has changed.
Yep. And I suspect it probably won't change.
More accurately, does Calderax have a way to get out of the cocoon?
I don't know, does he?
Ah, yes. He bought his cocoon escape pod.
Is there anything on his character sheet of his skills, spells, that you think will help eject self from cocoon?
He has a.
He didn't take the eject self from cocoon spell,
He
unfortunately.
knows how to use a gaming set.
Okay.
He knows karate.
I mean, he has spells. He has all kinds of spells and shenanigans.
Are there any spells that work at touch range to deal damage?
Inflict wounds?
Inflict wounds.
Give me an inflict wounds.
Just watch this fail catastrophically.
I hope so. I mean, I don't hope so.
Uh,
I want you to win.
Roll me the damage.
I'll just do that at first level because that's first level.
Jesus effing Christ, you spell. You just channel Kalemvor, and there's a flash of silver energy, and the cocoon just evaporates around you. And in fact, I'm just going to delete the cocoon off of the map because it's. You just kind of and hit a very solid floor, and you get up and you look around, and no one's around. You can hear
Unfortunately,
combat.
you're in the room to the left.
You can hear combat occurring on the other side of this door. But there is another cocoon in the room with you.
Oh, Jesus.
Skips.
Skips.
I suppose my action was to do the cocoony death, so can't really do much to this one. But yeah, I'll be prepared for next time.
5, 10, 15.
I couldn't tell if that was you screaming or one of your adorable yawns again. It's really a mixed bag.
No, that was fear.
How? That is a 23 and a 20.
But don't. Hear me out.
16 points of damage.
Cool. Thank you for doing it. Thank you for doing it for me, so I didn't have to endure that pain. This is where he knocks me out, and I was a doppelganger the whole time.
Doppelganger. Woo, doppelgangers. Just one big book of doppelgangers. Yeah.
This hardcore doppelganger action.
Next episode, watch Mouseray make out with himself.
Now available on pay-per-view.
Where's my character sheet for the Bulgara?
Ooh, where's my character sheet?
Woo! I'm a wolf.
That's a 16 and an 8 to try and punch you, Hal.
miss, thankfully, because
And then a 22 for the bite attack.
okay, less of a miss. If he gets more than 6 damage, I'm gonna have a bad time.
He rolled a 12.
Okay, I'm gonna have a bad time.
So that is Hal taking 12 points of damage when he has 6 life left.
What some would call a bad time.
Hal drops to the ground,
No.
Dead. Completely dead.
unconscious.
Not even-
Dead! Dead!
Malzere,
Me.
you...
Alright.
Oh, did I tell you I deathlinked you? Because if I die, you die, Calder.
Nah.
I will.
I can deathlink you.
That's for Hal. Because I'm literally running out of spell slots. If I go here, will I still get advantage? He's prone.
I'm gonna say yes. Because that seems nice.
Well, you are nice, John. When you want to be.
3 hit points!
It's something, okay? You're alive.
Hey, I'll take it. It's better than the no hit points I was on previously.
9 piercing. Hey, and then
Oh god, I need to book tickets.
can I offhand strike the baboony boy?
You can offhand strike the Bulgara.
I will do that.
Spank the baboon! Spank the monkey!
Fuck yeah.
Cool. That is 9.
9. Cool.
Its turn.
Ah!
It's not happy that you stabbed it.
Shit.
So it rolls a 17, a 22, and a
Oh.
natural 20. Jesus
I don't-
Christ.
I don't think you should bother rolling. I'm at 19
So that is 6,
Stop murdering
18.
us, please.
18.
We're your friends.
Uh,
No, I'm not on 1 health.
Woo!
you're... But Malzere falls over.
That could have been dangerous.
Under the onslaught of the Bulgara, Malzere just collapses to the ground.
That dropped me to like -21. Fucking hell.
Boy.
Okay, as long as Hal's safe.
5,
It's not gonna be-
10,
Oh, that's so sweet though.
15,
Like, we're gonna die, but thank you.
20.
Ah! No!
How? You find yourself woozy, but picking yourself up. What do you do?
Alright, okay, I'm good now. Sorry, I had to get out of my system. I'm gonna spend a key point and Thunderwave.
Okay.
Actually, I might even... Oh, I accidentally took it from 4 to -2. That's not how spells work. I'm pretty sure... I just want to check something. I'm pretty sure if I spend more key points, I do it at more.
Hang on a minute. Let me do that real quick.
If I spend more key points, I do it at more.
Yep. It's not on this character sheet. It's on my D&D Beyond one. 1 second. Let me just.
It's D&D!
D&D Beyond.
Hmm.
Sam Riegel is like the greatest man that ever lived. We just all accept
Fuck yeah.
this.
I mean, he's okay.
Oh, speaking of Sam Riegel,
I'm already pretty gay, and I'd go gay for him.
well, my friend Amy got my housemate.
Wait, I have
Joe-
7 key points.
Yeah. But yeah, she got him a shirt today, which is a picture that we took of his face when I said probably the most offensive thing I could have said, and he's 5 minutes, took a picture of it, and now it's on a t-shirt. So she
you
really
please-
Sam Regaled him.
I mean,
Please tell me what it is you said, because I need to know.
Oh, basically we were in D&D and like one of the teammates I was with is like a drunken wood elf. So my character just went, oh yeah, we can all make fun of the alcoholics. And my an alcoholic per se, but he drinks very heavily, so people call him an alcoholic. So yeah. I mean, I said it knowing I was going to get a reaction, but that was not what I expected.
you can spend 2 key points to cast Thunderwave as a bonus action.
What the fuck?
That is so much cooler. So I'm going to beat the shit out of the guy, and then I'm going to cast Thunder.
So yeah, you take the attack action first, you can then spend 2 key points to cast Thunderwave as a bonus action.
Oh, what type of monk is he?
Airbender.
Ah, that makes sense.
You can then spend additional key points to cast Thunderwave at a higher level.
Cool. I'm going to punch this baboon.
Okay. Which baboon?
You know, pick one, the one that I don't like.
Do you like one of them more than the other? Either way, it doesn't hit. That does hit. Top or bottom?
Well, that's a very personal question, John. The one that I've been punching the most already.
Okay. That is a that. Okay. And then are you thunder waving at ridiculously high levels?
I could spend all my 5 remaining key points in this.
You could.
You
I'm
could.
not going to. I'm going to spend 3 key points and do it at 2nd level.
And have a pack of chips.
Okay. So I need one doppelganger.
How does make 2nd level on this button thing? Yes, I do. Blamf.
I'm gonna get you.
So this guy takes the full 9 points of damage.
So glad that I rolled a 1 for the extra damage.
This guy manages to avoid it and only takes 4.
Fuck that guy.
And then my Bulgaras.
No, I don't want to cast Thunderwave. Yeah.
One of them, it didn't matter. The other one just
one of them
takes
died?
4.
Sweet.
You'd managed to get him down to 3 hit points. He saved and took 4 points of damage.
Amazing. They get pushed 10 feet away from me as well.
Even if they save?
No, if they don't save.
Okay, so the remains of a bowl... No, only this guy... Which guy didn't save? This guy didn't save.
You said that the guy that died did save.
Yeah, the guy that died just kind of collapses over right next to you. Everybody else saved, except for that doppelganger at the top, who just kind of flew away and is still within range of Morks. So, Pyrolis. The Pyrolis punches at Pyrolis.
The smaller boobed Pyrolis.
You're really focusing on the boobs, aren't you?
Rolled a 20 and a 7 to hit.
Boobs.
The 20 hits.
So that is 5 whole points of damage.
Oh no!
Ow, shit, son.
The 7 was a natural 1.
Good for other me.
The doppelganger up here is going to punch at Morks. And doesn't. Pyrolis.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm bored of me.
Okay.
That's a shame.
I'm gonna go
I think you're neat.
stand 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I get an attack of opportunity against me, but I'll roll that.
I get an attack of opportunity against me.
You rolled an 8 to punch yourself,
Okay,
so misses.
nice.
As you run past, you swings at you, and you don't hit yourself.
Stop it.
And then I'm gonna two-handed Warhammer. That's the Hex one, isn't it?
If you are
Has it got a
hitting,
Hexblade on?
yeah, if you're hitting Bulgara, it is the Hexblade one.
Well, it's either that or House, so...
Well, to be fair, yeah.
I vote not How.
How is an easy target right now?
How is always an easy target. He doesn't wear armor. And occasionally doesn't wear
Ooh.
clothes.
Yeah. That's the thing he does. My other thought being...
I mean, you've still got a bonus action this turn, which means you can Hunter's Mark, you can do any of your flavors of Smite against it, or you could even Vow of Enmity it.
Now in Jerry.
Things keep...
Sorry, that's the fact that I'm doing it as well.
Yeah, I noticed. That one's what I wanted to read. Yeah, screw it, let's have one of these. Let's have a Vow of Enmity.
Okay, so roll with advantage.
Advantage, and let's go...
You just charge over, hold out your holy symbol, and just swear vengeance upon this Bulgara.
We just end it. Just swears.
You just swear at it.
21, anyone?
Apparently, yes. 21 will hit. Okay, that is 12 points of damage to it. Cool. Morks is going to go stab a dude.
Yay.
If I could find his character sheet, he would stab a dude. He does stab a dude.
That's my bro.
That is 22 points of damage. And then he's going to swing round with his short sword and probably take the guy's head off. He does!
Dual welding, bitch.
Cal.
Hello.
Hi.
I would like to
Rage.
try to open up this pod.
Okay.
I think you should come and heal us, you jackass.
At the moment, I just know there's fighting going on. I don't know it's you lot.
Oh hey, I've realised I put the doors on the token layer of this map.
I did scream an awful lot.
Once again, a screaming person.
Cool. Anyway,
So note to self, Hal needs to shout Hal down when he gets knocked down.
Woo down!
so Cal,
Hello.
you tear into the
Pod.
pod in front of you. Thank you, words. And you pull out Saul Greycastle. And he starts to... where am I?
I currently have no idea. I just know we're somewhere, maybe underground. I don't know. But you're safe for now. You're safe.
Okay.
But you wait here. I have to try and see what's going on outside. If my Roll20 will actually cooperate. It's not cooperating. Why is it not cooperating? Why is it not letting me ping? Why is it not letting me zoom in?
Are you on the ruler?
No, I'm on the arrow.
Your Roll20 is bugged, but you're pointing at this door, I assume.
Yes, I'm gonna have to refresh quickly.
Cool.
Either way, I would move towards that door and try and open it if it's openable.
It is openable. The door swings open, and I will remove the door.
Ba-da-da-da.
And I'll also move you over there while you wait.
I can see a glimpse of something.
Hello.
So you've taken 10 feet of movement to get to the door and open it. You look outside and you see Mork stood over the bodies of one grey person and one pile of ashes that you think may have at one point resembled vaguely enough ashes to be a humanoid.
It's a real good thing that they lose their shape when they die, otherwise you could come out and it's been standing over.
Oh my god!
You see behind Morks is a giant demonic baboon fighting Pyrolis. Hal is fighting another grey-skinned humanoid. And then that is about all you can see from this particular vantage point.
You missed the boob fight, I'm afraid.
I will.
You can also see in the distance, you can see over here a second Pyrolis. You can see down here another grey-skinned humanoid dragging Malzare's limp and unconscious form. Oh, and there's a hole in the ground.
We're not fucking having that. I'm assuming we got Malzare down.
Mal is down on the floor, being dragged by a doppelganger.
Seemingly
Malzare
unconscious, I'm
down.
assuming.
Seemingly unconscious.
We're not having that. I'm assuming the opening of the cocoon was action. I'm assuming.
I'm going to give that as... I'll be nice, that's a bonus.
Okay.
Unless it is better that it was an action, in which case...
Oh, it doesn't particularly matter. I can use a
Yeah.
a healing word as a.
As an action or a bonus. It's up to
Exactly.
you.
So I am going to. Unless do I have anything stronger? Let's have a quick look. How far is that? Range 30 feet. I am vastly further than 30 feet, I fear.
At present, yes.
I moved. Yeah, 45 feet. How far have I moved so far? I've moved like 10 feet. 20 feet.
You moved 20 feet at the moment.
I could move a little bit that way. And then I'm going to do.
Oh no, my internet has died.
So now I'm within 30 feet.
That
of...
seems inconvenient and strange that we can still hear you.
Yeah, no, I'm on my phone. My internet, my PC has died.
Oh.
How am I still 35 feet away?
You could have done the diagonal rather than stepping in as far.
Hang on.
If you cut the diagonal here,
So I was there, that was 10 feet. 15, 20,
yeah,
25, 30.
there you go.
So,
There you go.
There we go. So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So I take 14 points of damage,
Oh boy.
and he gets double that.
So that's, where is me?
That's 28.
28 points of the healing. I said 28 points of healing. There we go. And 14 points of damage on the Calderax, who should have been at full health beforehand.
He was at full health. I just did it myself and everything. I forgot that you do that all on the fucking magical whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Ah, the magic whatchamacallit.
The doppelganger.
Hums a lot.
He just
The,
starts
the doppelganger greatly regrets his life choices.
singing by the crash test numbers.
He's gonna risk an attack of opportunity and go 5, 10. How?
Happy beeps, buddy. Happy beeps.
How do you react?
Do you wish to take an attack of opportunity against him as he leaves you?
Absolutely, because I've never been good with people leaving me. It's a personal goal I'm trying to stop.
Is life transference a new spell? Because I've never heard of it.
Is what a spell?
Life transference.
It's a spell. I think it was added in Xanathar's guide.
Oh, okay.
It harms me, but then the
Helps
person
me.
the person of whom I target gets double the amount of damage I take.
Fucking hell. That's really cool.
What attack of opportunity are you taking? How?
Air punch.
Fist.
Plow. Air fist.
He's going to
Wind
fist.
fists. I'm gonna fist them with wind.
Excellent.
How'd I do?
I don't know. It's not appeared yet. Dear fair. I don't have your character sheet. How?
Because I don't want you to have it. No, I have no idea.
I know. Huh. You hit him. Hey, how? You rolled 8 points of damage this time.
Yay!
Meanwhile, the doppelganger
Wonderful.
slams into Calderax twice. A 22 and a 9.
22 hits me.
That is 6 points of damage to Calderax.
Apparently, this doppelganger's attacked my internet.
The Bulgara
Remember how you still have inspiration.
Can I use that for attack rolls?
Yeah, but not damage.
Attack, but not.
No, it's fine. What does it do?
you get to roll a d8.
Yeah.
And add it to whatever you're rolling. So
I
if
think
it's attack, you get an extra d8.
You can use it for saving throws as well.
You can roll it off. You can add it after you roll, but before I tell you whether it's succeeded or not.
Okay. Sounds pretty neat.
Pyrolus.
Smells.
Hello.
The Bulgara swings its fists at you for a 26 and a 15, and then bites out with a 24.
Yeah, 2 of those. Fist and bite.
So that is Jesus.
That was Jesus?
That is
That is Jesus?
Oh.
26 points.
Hang on. Can I?
No.
Can I not have
Can
that?
I? As a reaction, I'll cast shield. Can I do that?
You can do that.
Haha. I'll do that.
So that would be...
That one.
Smart very
Screw
smart.
that in particular.
So you manage to get a shield up that covers you from the bite, but the fist still gets through.
What does it?
You can sometimes shield from biting, but not the fist.
Force that protects you until the start of your turn. You have +5 to go
Yeah, so that
Excellent
gives
noise.
AC.
that gives you a 24 in AC, so it protects you from the bite.
Sweet.
But
I'll do that.
Give me that
the
noise.
fist still hits you for 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
There.
That was my nickname in high school.
God damn it.
Bludgeoning damage.
Malzare,
Well, I will.
you come to consciousness.
Yeah. I'll stand up because
Stay alive.
my passive shit. So I'll just assume it was Mork that healed me, and I will stab this guy because I'm not very happy with him.
Oh, remember that? Fuck you! You're not gonna
Oh.
You don't.
Stay
Do I now?
That does.
Alright. Oh, is he still alive?
Yes, he hadn't been touched yet.
I'll fucking Psychic Blade him.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
I know.
Jesus. You felt a lot of rage in that moment. 3d6, 6, 6, 6.
Oh, buddy.
The beast!
That's what you get for pissing off a Tiefling.
He's gonna
That
punch you
tracks.
back,
Okay.
because it's his turn.
Try
Oh, wait, I
it.
forgot about this part of it all.
He rolled an 11 and a 17.
17 hits.
That is 9 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Fighter of the... You can't deny that's not what that sounded like.
No, that's fair.
How?
Yes, that's my name.
You are stood next to a Bulgara, and Pyrolus is there. You are on 3 hit points. Would you like to try and punch the Bulgara?
Yes.
Would you like to...
Sorry, has this Pyrolus done anything suspicious?
No. Ran up and hit a giant monkey with a warhammer.
Cool,
With
that's
my
pretty unsuspicious.
warhammer.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just need to make sure. How has needs to pay attention.
Question on flowers in hair. Does that get copied with doppelgangers?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, it would do. They'd be able to, because they can do clothes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Be a
the
bunch of naked
the
clothes.
boob rolls would have.
I just wondered whether when they'd
Been-
have.
The boob roll would have been 10 times sexier.
No, I just wondered when they would have seen her. To know to do.
In the showers, it's how they know all the signs.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, so that
That's the
is.
thing. Like, do you have to, like, say you're... This is a conversation, Leonard. Never mind. This is a D&D after hours topic.
How you swing at the Bulgara twice and miss
I'm
twice.
just gonna write it down. Oh, what? No. Can I use my inspiration?
Yes.
Do it.
You rolled a 5, which means that one of them hits,
Yay!
and you deal 9 points of damage.
Yay!
Yeah. Go hell.
Would you like to spend either of your 2 remaining key points?
I will use a key point to Flurry of Bros. Flurry of
Bros.
You rolled a natural 1 and a 21.
Fuck's sake. God damn it.
The 21 scores a hit and deals 8 more points of damage.
Nice.
The Bulgara takes the damage. And a Pyrolus 5,
No.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I've come to steal your boobs.
Timmy.
I'm here for boobs and nothing more.
A Pyrolus runs up behind you and rolls a 19 and a 9 to hit you.
No and no. Because I've got my.
You've got
plus-
your shield.
So.
The shield just kind of flares to life. The Pyrolus stood behind you. Oh.
Also casts shield.
Pyrolus.
This is great that we're side by side. I love it.
I would just like to point out, I did double check this beforehand. No other characters can see the name tags. So the fact that there's 2 tokens of Pyrolus.
Yeah.
For the record, Hal is both confused and for the first time in his life, a little bit aroused.
What, as Pyrolus punches herself in the back of the head?
Just the idea of 2 of them, it's just a thing. He accidentally saw her in the shower.
Pie.
Rally.
There's a
I'm
giant demon ape in front of you. There's a you behind you.
I'm not so worried about me.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Literally.
I'm going to continue to hit the ape.
Okay,
Was I?
that will hit. You're still at
Mouse to
advantage.
the
You're at
left of me,
advantage for a full
I move
minute.
to the right here, I am stuck in the middle with me.
That's an action, isn't it? Yeah. No.
You can take a bonus action and if you wanted to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
I don't know why my internet isn't working, but for some reason my
Where is Hunter's Mark on
wireless.
here, John?
It is a
Right in
spell. That-
Yeah, because I've only got 1 slot left.
That is fair.
So we'll leave that alone for now.
Morks.
That is.
Morks. Who is Morks going to help?
He'd dash from Alzar, wouldn't he?
He can stab on the way down.
he would dash for Hal because Hal's such a dashing, charming fellow.
That's his brother.
I'm aware.
Yay!
I was gonna go. Hal doesn't have a brother, you idiot.
He's just stabbing various things en route.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's a rogue, so.
1 second. How far did he move?
Get advantage.
Just inserts. Yeah, that's a good point. Just inserts various.
He just runs up, stabs out at the
That
Bulgara,
again.
and it falls down. Stabs out at the doppelganger, and it just kind of shuffles a little bit towards Caldorax, unable to turn around and thump Mount Morks as he runs past, and Morks just carries on past towards the doppelganger assaulting Malzare. Pyrolis, as the target of your Hexblade's curse has died, you gain 7 points of healing.
Woo! I'll take it.
Isn't it temp healing though?
No.
Oh, I thought it was, but okay.
It is...
Don't question it. No, I think it is normal healing.
Yeah, it is just... You regain 7 HP.
Nice.
Caldorax.
Ah!
Fucking die, bitch.
There's a grey-skinned creature with a stab mark in its back now.
Well, don't like that. Don't like that being guy. That guy being so close.
He needs to be this close, but dead.
He preferably dead. Dead is the best way of having one of these people. So I think it's going to have to be a big old.
Cool.
I'm going to attempt to inflict wounds on this motherfucker.
That will hit.
And I'm going to do it at what might possibly be quite excessive. So, but fuck it.
Excessive.
Boop.
I don't know.
I've only got 3 spell slots. Like 2 third level spell slots left.
Because you casted spells.
Yeah, I cast like 2 first level spells. Oh, correction, no, I did do a 3rd level spell, didn't I? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Silly goose.
The doppelganger just has a streak of necrotic energy, just rips through it.
Gross.
Veins cover it, but it's still just standing.
Definitely gross.
Fuck you.
I'm still standing after all this time.
Swings out at you for an 8 and a 20 to hit.
8 and a 20 to hit. I didn't say it was done, but never mind.
Oh. If you have more to do, do more.
If you don't.
I was gonna do a healing word on myself because I've just taken a bit of damage. So 9 healing for me, please.
9 healing for the Caldorax.
Yay.
How am I looking?
3.
Yeah, see, I'm just saying.
Okay, so it swings out at you for a 8 and a 20 to hit.
20 would hit.
So that is 6 points of damage.
6 points damage.
Malzire.
Me, I will. That's it. Boink.
That'll hit.
I don't need no help.
Is the only blood I see.
No.
That'll also hit.
Oh, same damage.
The doppelganger
Come at me, bitch.
rolls a 20 and a 19 to hit.
Okay, maybe don't come at me that much.
I rescind my previous invitation.
Cease coming at me, bitch. For 10 points of damage in total.
Total. Okay.
How? There is a Pyrolis stood next to you, and next to the Pyrolis stood next to you is a Pyrolis.
You're both pretty, and I punch the baboon.
The baboon is dead.
Cool. I really apologetically punch the new Pyrolis.
Okay.
Look, I can't see the battle map, so you'll have to tell me if that will evoke an attack of opportunity, because I don't have a lot of health left.
Well, if you're punching the new Pyrolis, you're okay.
Cool, yeah, I'll punch the new Pyrolis.
You scored a natural 20. And then a 12.
Oh,
I don't know if if you can get to that image on your phone.
I can get to that.
There you
Thank
go.
The connection to the server has been interrupted.
Oh, fabulous.
Well, that's what happened to me when my internet died.
Bear with me one moment while I attempt to reload everything. This is going to cause everything to go away. Yay!
Can you do the whoosh screen while it...
I...
Your whole face.
Eh. There we go. There we go. Can I have music again, please? Can I have the musics? There we go. Okay, so how? You punch out at the new Pyrolis. You have 1 key point left.
I will use my second attack. Oh, wait, I've already used my second attack.
You used your second attack. You rolled a 12.
Cool, I will flurry of blows and punch twice. Bearing in mind, being very gentlemanly and not actually touching her, just punching her with the air. Actually, no, you know what? After the first one, I'll admit, probably lost my temper. Actual fists. It doesn't change the dice roll or anything, so don't worry about that.
You rolled a 20 and a 21, scoring a 6 and a 9 points of damage for a total of 15 against the new Pyrolis. Who is going to slam out at once at Pi and once at How.
What's the rules on can I attempt to push him out the way? Is there any option for that?
Did you take the mum hand? Oh, no, you didn't.
No.
No, that is Sybil that has mum arm.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can do that might or not?
Pray for me.
Well, yeah.
Pretty much the pray for him approach.
Okay.
Tell them to use the young How.
So he rolled a 7 to try and hit Hal, so doesn't.
Yes.
Nice.
So the praying
AC's
for it
at
worked.
least more than that.
And a 14 to hit Pyrolis, so
Oh, no.
doesn't. Pi.
Yeah, she's just gonna shake her head at the other one and two-handed Warhammer
So...
without hex.
Can you move the hex? Which hex is it you can move as a bonus action?
That is
I
a
don't
good
think it's
question.
switch X.
No, I didn't think I read that anywhere.
No.
So yeah, just a two-handed.
Just a two-handed Warhammer.
Getting away with a bad joke.
Oh, that shouldn't have been. It should have been normal.
That will still hit.
Yay!
You just bring the Warhammer round and knock your own head to the side.
Oh me.
Classic me.
Morks, dink dink, runs up on the opposite side of Malzare. I just realised I didn't go back to the map screen.
Yeah.
What?
It's
How?
alright.
After the refresh,
I'm How.
Oh, okay.
I'm How.
that and that. Oh no, wait, that should have been with the sneak.
Snork.
So that is 15 points of damage, and he has 12 life, so he dies.
Yay!
And then Morks stabs out his... just runs around and kills everybody.
Kills everyone. Everyone's dead now.
The end.
Caldorax,
Mm.
it is your turn. There are still 2 Pyroluses.
Well, I have no real way of determining which one's which.
One's got the Warhammer out.
Yeah,
The other
and
one's
one
been
did- and
punching.
one did- yeah, I was gonna say one got punched by How, and
So which one is punching?
This
The bottom
one,
one is punching the top one.
How is punching?
Hal is also punching the bottom one, and the bottom one currently has the bruise starting to form of a warhammer in the side of the head.
So she's taken a warhammer upside the head, huh?
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
Alternatively, you could heal how?
That's
This
why-
is a good alternative, actually.
It's about that I could heal Hal, but to do that I have
Yes.
to use my action to do that. I mean, I could do healing word, but that's not going to give him much, which I don't want to give it. I don't want to give him a tiny bit. I want to give him a decent amount. So I think the only thing I can really do is go behind you both, and if I cure wounds.
Why is this in my head?
No idea.
Cure wounds at
Stay.
cure wounds at second level.
Stand by.
That for Hal,
10 points of healing for the Hal.
and then
Ah.
as a bonus action, I'll do Shield of Faith on possibly real Pyrolis.
Malzare.
Me? Oh, shit. I don't know which one's the real one.
Have you not been keeping track?
I kind of got mixed up with them. Which one is it?
Well, you tell me which one you go and attack, and we'll see how it goes.
One's got a warhammer.
One's
Make-
been punched by Hal. Who
Make-
Hal punched? The real pie or the fake
Malzare,
pie?
make me a perception check.
Look, he's
Oh.
unconscious for half of. Oh my god.
Your eyes just fall out.
You are now blind forever.
Alright,
Such a
I
shame.
will. I will kind of run here and then shout to Hal. Which one's the real one?
Would you also remember the wristbands?
That's what the perception check was for.
Okay, yeah.
Hal will point at the. Wait. Alright, I've immediately forgotten if he said which is the fake one or which is the real one.
You've been punching the bottom one.
No. That's
Yeah,
the one
but
I missed. I
He
can't remember if she
he can't remember which way she asked.
I'm pretty sure she asked about the real one, so I'm gonna point at the real one.
Okay, so I go here?
Yes.
Cool.
The worst thing is, I can't see if this is correct.
Yeah, I know! God damn it. 13?
That will not hit.
Alright, oh no, right, never mind.
If I've gotten you killed, I somewhat apologize.
I will healing word myself though, unless that was a bonus action.
Technically, the two-handed attack is a bonus action.
Well, I guess I'll just fucking die then.
How?
I'm alive.
Would you like to punch the Pyrolis you've been punching?
Yes, I wish to continue punching the pretend Pyrolis.
Or would you prefer to change to a different Pyrolis?
There are other
Punch
Pyrolises
Pyrolis,
on
punch.
offer.
Punch pretend Pyrolis, por favor.
8 plus 7 is a number that is that many.
It's 15.
The fake Pyrolis falls over and shimmers and changes back into a doppelganger.
Technically it wouldn't because it's not dead.
It doesn't. It remains Pyrolis on the ground, breathing but unconscious.
Because How doesn't kill. Because How's not a killer. For the record, with the demonic baboons, doesn't hold back. With a thing that could potentially be like a real person with thoughts and emotions and love, holds back.
So, we done?
Well, hang on a minute.
No, I don't.
Yeah. There's still 2 of me.
Oh my god.
Pi.
Oh, you little.
At the other one going down, Pi will lift her hand up and point at the leather strap around her wrist.
Look at this, you dumb bastards!
But she won't say anything because she wants someone else to say it, because she doesn't want Hal and Calderax to think that she's making excuses.
Oh.
Wait, what just happened?
She points at a band of ribbon tied around her wrist.
She'll look at Malzere but won't say anything.
Oh,
Like a bitch.
Okay, yeah, you're the real one. That's fine.
There's a
It's all right. She's the real one.
Thank you. And I can do.
I can show you the world.
Bank balance at 37 cents. I can show you my driveway.
so
I can do healing hands on Hal for 6 points.
How blushes profusely.
Ooh.
that's a 9, John. That's like a 6, but upside down.
I'll
So,
take 9.
We good?
I have questions. I was sticky for a while.
We have an issue.
You are out of initiative.
All right. I think now I'd spot Cal, and I'd just be like, "Oh my god, you're okay." Oh my god, I was so scared.
Oh, you're sticky as well. Gross.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I'm confused.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Cal.
It's. I'm assuming you have clung on to because it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like pats slowly, but then just hugs. I'm still
How
very.
is really tempted to join in on the hug. But they told you that.
He's already been hugged by Pi.
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
You are all now a little bit sticky.
Ooh.
I do apologize about this.
Is Mork sticky?
Morks is not sticky.
Won't be fine.
Kind of grabs.
Morks takes a step back.
Actually, when I see Morks again, his face just kind of turns like there's tears coming down his eyes, but his face turns to anger, and he just goes, "You said that the town would be fine."
As far as I knew, the town was going to be fine.
has run over to these pods. I'm assuming they're not opened.
This pod has been torn open, but this one has not been yet.
In terms of this one, and start tearing it open.
They
I
could
don't
have
wanna
been fucking killed.
Yeah, I don't want to call you a liar, but this town is really not fine. When I came here, I wasn't sticky, and now I'm sticky.
I didn't.
I don't much care for this sticky situation.
I didn't know.
I don't want to sound like a complainer, but I don't like it.
Sean, did you just run over and hide underneath the Pyrolus?
No, I was just thinking about something and dropped myself on myself.
Oh, okay.
Punch him.
Yeah, she'd run over here and start to open whichever one hasn't been.
Oh yeah, there's people in them.
Neither of those have been opened yet.
The person who was previously sticky is going to try and open one of those.
Malzere, can you make me a strength check? You did. You hit.
Gauntlets as well, so that's gonna hurt.
Thunk. You deal damage. It is 6. He turns his face to the side and is just. I didn't think. I didn't know.
No. I shouldn't have fucking boasted about this. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
I just wanted what was best for all of us.
I know you did, but he could. I mean, they all could have been killed.
sorry.
Families are weird.
If you need to leave town, I can cover with our parents. If you need to not see me for a while,
No.
I can go away.
No! No! Don't fucking go away again! Sick of you just running away from the shit!
What can I do?
Just... I don't know. If the Demogorgon's still stuck around, then fucking, I don't know, talk to him!
What's the Demogorgon?
I'll see what I can do. I've
Good.
never really had a way of contacting him. Meanwhile,
At the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
in this
Meanwhile,
corner,
at the Sticky Brigade. Meanwhile, at the Sticky Brigade.
Calderax, you tear open the cocoon and pull out Marcus Greycastle.
Marcus.
I'll shove him back in.
Marcus.
I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to look like a tiefling.
Yeah, they're not. But never mind.
I didn't have that information. 1 minute. What should he look like?
All of his family is human.
Every single member of my family is human apart from Caldrax.
Oh, cool.
It's awkward. I don't want to say someone would cheated on something, but
No, it happens.
It does happen.
Well,
moving
this is
bits.
Marcus now.
You look very feminine, Marcus. But I'll accept this.
And in that
It's a life
case,
choice. You've chosen this path. It's okay. Baby.
in that case, Saul and the others also look like this.
Nice.
They're a family of ladies.
It's confusing there.
Al-
Setup.
Also, I have a couple of other tokens I need to replace.
Hold on a
With
minute.
extra ladies.
One moment now. I need to quickly do this.
Just replacing peeps.
Take it back now, y'all. Da-da-da.
Meanwhile, in the top corner of the room,
Grandfather.
Hal was up here as well, right?
Yes, I came over and helped.
Pyrolus, you tear open a cocoon and find
Steve.
a woman you don't recognize.
I was gonna say, yeah, we find people that we've never heard of or met before.
I'm just gonna heal the ward myself.
John, can you move Hal up as well?
Yes. Oh, I turned him inside out. Oh, God. That is 4 points of healing on Malzare. Oh, God, where's Malzare? That is not the right
no.
page. That is the page.
No, I've just realised that Morgs and the grandparents are in the same fucking room.
On pulling these two out, Pi would shout to Cal for like, these people are.
Now, who are
After-
these people?
I'm kind of patting like.
Marcus is slowly coming to consciousness.
Just, I'll be back with you in a moment, Grandfather. Runs over.
Grandfather. I want-
Ulma and Radala.
This isn't awkward. Sorry, hold on. Odala? That was Odala.
Radala.
Well, Rudala. And what was the other one?
Ulma.
Olma, yeah, that's one. I got the pronunciations confused. So, as awkward as it is, he would. So this is Radala.
That is Radala.
Hugs.
Aww.
Cal. Where Where am I?
You're okay.
Where are we?
I have no clue at all. But
Pi
hold
would
on.
lean over and basement.
Basement? Basement?
Where?
Yeah, in your grandparents' house.
Okay, one moment. How, just make sure she's okay. Okay, please, I beg of you.
Okay.
Just
Hi, I am Hal. I hope you're okay.
runs to, father
Yes.
and make sure he's okay.
I'm a little bit groggy. I don't know how long I've been down here.
Next to us.
How is making small talk with this person? So,
Mother,
probably don't know what
and,
the weather is like.
mother and grandfather and grandmother are out here. Do you want to? Can you walk okay?
I think so.
It takes Saul
Yes.
out to congregate with everyone else if necessary. So,
You hand out wristbands.
And now I'm handing out cloths.
Smart.
Everybody starts wiping off the sticky.
Gotta
I
not have a
would
stick
like to-
face.
I would like to point out a flaw.
Saul decides
Sorry.
to not stand in the middle of a magic circle.
I just would like to point out, you know, these people can like copy our clothes, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Christ.
But whether they
So
would
does-
know you straight off.
I'm just saying, I'm you know, something the DM ideas, I know, but
How do they know that things have changed?
true.
If something has literally been a not mentioned, spur of the moment thing.
That's true.
Your family reconvenes in the middle of the room, and you note the family resemblance is amazing.
it's uncanny, I know.
To be clear, these are your grandparents, and these are your parents.
Yes,
Ties other me up.
it's like with them,
Wait,
not them.
I will point out that both Mal and Morgs will be looking at the grandparents with just like death eyes.
Hal looks very confused because he's referring to these people as his parents, and they look nothing like him, and I'm just not very.
Aww.
Ulmer and Marcus look around disapprovingly.
As they would.
What are we doing down here?
In my swamp.
In
Sorry.
the swamp.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Really serious, tense moment, and I'm here with Shrek.
Let's just go. Come on, Morgs.
But we don't.
What are they
Why are we-
doing
why-
down here?
Saving your life.
Saving your
I think.
backsides.
I'm assuming you mean my friends.
Hi.
Yes, I suppose. Like with like.
Charming.
You're not a very nice person.
How?
What?
And you are a scruffy little child.
Thank you. I'm told that that's a good thing.
Nonetheless, we should get you all out to safety.
I expect you all be leaving our house now.
Well, I guess. I didn't exactly expect hospitality after all this shit.
Good.
I'm quite thirsty. Do you have any water?
No.
What are
Marcus.
the guards gonna do at the door?
Get fired, probably.
Probably get fired.
Marcus and Ulmer will go upstairs.
I see grandmother and grandfather are as pleasant as ever.
It would
Wait,
appear.
they're your grandparents?
Yeah, unfortunately.
How come they're not, you know, as colorful?
Well, I mean, from what my parents and what they have told and what my grandparents have told me, back in our history there was there was a
There
deal.
was rapid typing.
There was a deal that was made, and as part of that deal, sometimes someone like me is born.
I don't think that that's a bad thing.
Neither do we, but they do.
I have a question. The grey-skinned weird people that you've killed here,
Uh-huh.
didn't happen to see any that looked like my grandparents, did you?
No.
With that, Pie's eyes widen and she'll run for the door to try and stop them. Can she catch up with the grandparents?
Give me a dex check.
Oh, that old.
They are
fine.
old, and she's young and a fighter.
Give me
So
dex
just-
check with advantage.
They are old.
Advantage.
They're old people. They're old and grumpy.
Yeah.
That was an abysmal.
I know, right?
You spring up the stairs. You get to the top, and the grandparents are stood there berating the guards for allowing this to happen.
She will be as polite as she can. I really need you to stay here. There are doppelgangers in the building. Some of them are masquerading as yourselves. We can't get you confused.
No.
Hal really wants to punch one of them by accident.
Then she will step through and stand in the way.
Hal, having noticed that Pyrolus is gone, will follow Pyrolus because he's uncomfortable here.
She will make it clear to the guards that they have to stay here. We know they're the real ones.
How long do you expect? How long do you expect this to take?
We will be as quick as we can, but it will be a whole lot quicker if we know where you are and that you are the real ones.
And do you know where
At this point, I'd like to have a go. If you are the real ones, which you are, because we pulled you out the thing.
And do you know where the fake ones of us are?
Not at present, but the point is we know that the real ones are here. And that's what's important. We need to stick together in this. It's only temporary.
You are saying we need to stay with our grandchild and his friends.
I never
they'll-
said you had
they'll
to
be
be
coming
civil.
with us. They're gonna help us save your life.
We just need to be aware of where you are.
I do not like these people.
Is there a room somewhere that is safe that we can agree that you stay in? That no one else has a key to that you can lock from the inside?
Our bedroom should be fine.
I don't like the use of the word should.
So, Pi will shout downstairs to Cal, or to one of them loud enough to get them to come to the bottom of the stairs, and then
I'm
we'll
already there.
say more quietly that that's where they're going, and I guess how to come to escort them there.
Okay. I unfortunately didn't map the rest of the house.
Yeah, that's fine, but it's basically to sweep the room to make sure it is just them in there.
Okay.
Lock them in there so they can stay put until we tell them to come out. Then we've not got to worry about it.
Bear with me as this map gets a lot more boring.
No, there was a door there.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there was another room.
I worry about it lots.
Don't worry about it.
There was just a couple of doppelgangers in it.
It's too
Okay.
late. It's too late now.
It's too late. I've already seen everything.
It's too late. It's gone.
So Pyrolis and Hal escort the grandparents to their bedroom and lock them in.
As
Yeah.
I am walking with them, I'd like to ask them questions.
You do not get an answer from I can't remember his name. I just deleted it. Marcus. But Ulma will answer the occasional question.
Yeah, it's things like, so how did you two meet?
She will quietly talk about that a little bit, and then every so often Marcus will just kind of humph, and conversation just dies.
Like after a couple of times that happens, I will just lean into her and go, "When did he become such a grumpy puss?"
Humph straight away.
I'm just saying, you guys have like this really cool grandson who does really cool things, and like you're just not that cool, and it doesn't make any sense, because like he did really cool things and he helped you, and you were just all like, "Meh, you're in my basement."
We run a large part of this town.
Yeah, it would be a shame
Ran.
if you died.
Are you threatening
I-
me?
No.
The doppelgangers have been in your place.
Yeah. See, and then we showed up and we saved your lives, and the grandson saved your life, and you didn't even thank him, and that's just a bit mean. Like, you shouldn't be that mean to people that save your life, because he didn't have to. He could have just been like, "Meh, they're not nice people, I'm gonna leave," but he didn't, because he's a nice person, and you can stand to be a little bit nicer to him as well. Sir.
If you don't mind me saying.
Where the fuck did those two come from?
They'll come up in a minute.
Oh no. I don't know what it is, so I'm assuming it's enemy.
Oh, I will say, whilst I'm cleaning everyone up, I'll ask Hal, like, this was. What was the last thing you remember before you got in the cocoon?
Well, what
Slime.
what I remember is what do I remember, John?
Let me
You
tell you the story. My voice might sound slightly different.
you went to your parents' house
I did.
and you had a
And there
nice.
you go. That's what you remember.
They prepared you a tea, and you remember drinking it and it tasting both familiar and a little bit off, and then blackness.
Tastes remarkably like cyanide.
Yeah. Strange. It takes a hint of rohypnol.
Tastes like my first date.
Oof. Oh no!
And then you woke up in the basement here.
Then you woke up in the basement.
You guys can take a short rest as you hunt for
Cool.
doppelgrandparents.
Short rest, sure.
Super question. Did my loving speech about love and niceness have any effect?
No.
Ugh, grumpy bastard.
This isn't a fucking Disney film, you twit.
For how life is a Disney film.
You need another hit die, so we've got
I need to
12 healings. 12 healings, John.
12 buildings for the Calyrex.
John, hit dice, paladin or warlock.
Paladin would be a
Yeah.
D10.
Okay.
Give me my fucking bardic inspiration back.
Woo!
Wait, do I get key points back on a short rest yet?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Neat.
have an extra D6 ult. I don't know why that clicked twice.
Neat. How much hit points am I, John? Should I spend a hit dice?
I would recommend it because you are currently
Okay,
on 19.
John, I'd like to spend 2 hit dice.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You rolled a 4 and a 5.
Plus the 6 that Malzere gave us. What am I on? John, what am I on?
You rolled another 4,
10, 15, 17.
which means you're on 32 out of 47.
Let's have another, John. Hit me.
I'll roll one more.
Sorry, did this include the 6 from Malzere?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's 5 more for you, which gets you up to 37 out of 47.
I'll stay.
Okay. Malzere is on 37 as well.
Twinsies. But I'm cuter.
Oh, no, I can't. No, you're not cuter.
Damn it, I was hoping you missed that.
Okay.
Just be like, well, by not denying it, you accept.
Can I get a perception check from everybody?
No, you can.
Literally have no control over my character right now, Joe.
You rolled a 22.
Fantastic.
23.
You're
Oh.
alive!
I got a 9.
Just for the record, I don't like your grandparents. I want that to be clear.
No one likes the grandparents.
As you wander the house in teams of 2, you manage to corner the grandparents' doppelgangers.
Oh shit, that was quick.
Hey, what can I
Teams of
say?
two, and there's just Morks by himself.
1 minute.
Morks
Can I
don't
just
mean
make
no
a quick?
con.
Can you just make a quick D20 roll for me, John?
Sure.
Just Howard's very absent-minded.
Whoops.
Above 10 or below 10.
You rolled a natural 20.
Fantastic. I don't forget that we were supposed to be looking for them and go. I was going to be like, if Howard forgotten, he'd been like, we told you to stay in the room.
Could you guys roll me
Wow.
initiatives, please?
Yeah!
John, roll me initiative.
Okay.
Worthy of more.
I
What?
hadn't
Damn it.
clicked on my face.
How dare you!
12,
How
please, John.
do? Get it? How dare you? How dare you? Right.
Doppelgangers. And Morks is going to roll ridiculously high. Yes,
Hell
he did.
yeah. What a good little swashbuckler.
Herbites.
Sure.
I should really roll initiative. That's what I should do. Boop. 15.
I've heard good things about this initiative.
Morks goes first, and Morks will charge in and just says to himself quietly, "This one's better."
What?
Drives his rapier into them and deals 16 sneak attack damage to Calderax's grandfather.
I was going to say, I hope you don't want these grandparents anymore, because they're not going to be in a good condition.
You have no idea how therapeutic this is for Morks right now.
How?
Murdering grandparents. Yes, that's me. Oh, you're
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I will punch a grandparent.
Are you gonna punch?
I'd like to punch the granddad because he was meaner than the grandmom.
Cool. You run up and get yourself advantage.
That sounds like me.
And manage to hit once. Score 6 points of damage. That also sounds very much like you.
It does, and then I will stunning strike.
Cool. I need to remember how that works. That means that he needs to roll a con save. Which is one of those. He rolled a 19. He makes the save.
Yeah, I guess, if you want to be like that.
Do you want to be some sort of dick?
Also, Judd is sending me pictures of the battle map every now and then. So it's very, I'm being kept updated.
Would you like to flurry of blows?
I can't because I stunning strike.
Stunning strike is not a bonus action.
I'm
then yes, I will.
It's just
I
whenever
have
you
blows.
hit.
Okay.
Fantastic! I will flurry of blows.
Technically, you could flurry of blows and each time spend a key point.
Yeah, but that's
You
a
could
lot
get
of key
through
points.
5 key points in one turn.
I
If
can do that anyway by casting a level 4 Thunderwave.
so, you roll a 17 and 22, both of which hit.
Pow pow!
And roll a 5 and a 7 for an average of 6, 6, and 6.
Perfect!
The more out of the beat, I can't help it.
I'm just amazing.
The grandfather will swing out. Rolls a natural
Grandfather
20 in a.
Suck a butt.
Sorry, I should have
Be a butt.
spent some hit dice. 1 minute.
One Mississippi.
Oh.
Mississippi.
Eh. Yay. So that is plus, not minus 11. Jesus, that's not how hit dice work. And then 6 more. Am I streaming the battle map? I think I am.
Yeah, you are.
Yay me. I just realised I didn't change it back to the battle musics for this fight that just broke out. So he's...
Just like,
Peaceful forest sounds.
He heals a bit, and then the doppelganger grandfather swings out for a natural 20 to punch.
more like Grand Faker.
Did you by any chance cancel that? Okay, he gets 1 point of health back. How? He swings at you and rolls a natural 1.
I thought we were good friends and had a connection.
Guard.
Or to go by his given name, Guard.
His name is Guard McGardson.
Runs up and stabs the grandfather.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Pyrolus.
10, 15, 20, 25. Got 30 already. Nice face, John. Yeah, I got 30. Okay, so I can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 for advantage, because why ever the hell not. And I'm really liking the two-handed warhammer today.
Okay. That will hit. Cool.
A fight.
You swing the two-handed warhammer and crack it across Caldrax's grandmother's face.
Take that, you old lady.
Her head just snaps to the side violently, and then she turns back to look at you.
Jesus.
Nice.
Malzare.
I will go here.
Okay,
Don't know who the fuck you are, but I'm gonna attack this one.
this is a guard.
God's just chilling.
He was helping out Morks because you didn't have teams of 2.
My dude, you're a good guy. Pat him on the shoulder before I attack this guy.
That's Grandma.
Yeah, well, she's a whore.
Roll it.
Wow.
That hits.
5, and then I'll psychic.
Thou art a whore.
Thou art a whore.
Thou art a braggart and an nincompoop.
And then
You are a braggart and a fool.
20.
Oh.
That'll hit.
How did that do high?
Don't question it.
Well, and then because I can, Cal have some bardic inspiration.
Cal, you feel inspired by these words.
Yay.
Bardically, some would say.
Here, Cal, have this.
Cal, you didn't get on the turn order
I
one
was
moment.
gonna say. What did he roll?
You feel inspired, but also somehow useless. So if you're
It
not
is
really
your
in-
turn, Cal. A little while ago.
I was gonna say. So let's
What is this doing?
It's a good question. What is that doing?
I don't know. Confusing me
So
greatly.
this is that dearest?
That one is
Grandma.
Grandma.
Grandma dearest, and that is grandfather dearest.
Yes.
So I'm going to
Yes.
run around this side,
Yep.
and I'm going to attempt to inflict wounds on this bitch.
You can't say that.
I would have got advantage.
You should have got an advantage on that.
Probably
Still,
not.
unfortunately, doesn't hit.
Well, poopy poop.
No.
That is the poopiest of poop.
Morks rams a rapier into... No, he doesn't. Oh, no, wait, is it advantage?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Damn it.
Man, this is a roller coaster, John.
He swings a short sword. Yes, he does.
Yay.
But does he?
And he takes off Grandpapa's head.
Oh. Ew, 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 ew.
And as Caldorax's grandfather falls to the ground,
As he was stricken down to the ground.
he shifts and forms back into a grey-skinned...
Crack, what just let me tell.
How?
Do you do?
How looks at these guys, like the doppelgangers, it's like, are these just like things of pure evil?
Well, not seeming awfully nice.
How is gonna punch the other one?
Okay, you're still at advantage because Pyrolis...
Oh no, this is bad.
So that's a 24 and a 22 as you punch out, dealing 4 and 7 points of damage.
It's pretty swish. I'll take that.
Do you want to flurry of blows?
Well, I suppose, why not?
I'll treat myself, okay.
That is a natural 20.
I've been awfully good this year.
The first of your flurry of blows, you just spin round with a roundhouse kick and knock Grandma's head clean round.
Ooh,
I didn't know she was an owl.
I feel slightly bad about that.
And then she shimmers and shifts into the grey-skinned doppelganger form.
Did you just make me kill a person, John?
You were punching them properly to try and kill.
Yeah, that's fair, I was. It's been established that these are evil somethings.
These are evil somethings.
You remember, they were both mean.
No, it's more the fact that if something is like a demon or something, how's allowed to kill them? Demons are fair game.
What if it wasn't a demon? What if it wasn't evil? What if you just killed an innocent thing?
Well, it did kidnap your grandparents and, you know, me.
Okay, Golden
I'm cute as
Tooth.
a button, so...
Golden Tooth, I have questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Questions and dinners.
My first question. You presently have a spare Pyrolis.
Why do we still have her?
Because I didn't want to kill her, I didn't kill her.
Because Hal hasn't killed her and Pyrolis tied her up.
I mean,
How doesn't kill things?
she was downstairs, so whether you'd done anything while she wasn't there, she kind of didn't want to kill herself.
So,
Sounded a little kinky there.
Malzere and
She didn't want to kill
Caldorax.
herself.
No, it's like whatever you did while you were downstairs.
Malzere and
Yeah,
Caldorax, did you
Yes.
kill the spare pie?
Spare pie.
No one else will, then I will.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna have the last
Caldex
slice, I guess.
Caldex would most certainly have killed. Yeah.
Okay, between the two of you, you off the unconscious bound Pyrolis.
Find
The
out.
more you describe it, the worse it sounds. The unconscious bound, defenseless woman.
Princess screaming and begging for mercy.
My next question, members of the Golden Tooth.
Yes.
Calderax's parents.
Yeah, we'll kill them as well.
Yeah, why not?
You've
We're-
not
we're
located them yet.
in
Uh,
a killy mood, I guess.
what would
and
you like?
Neither of you kept an eye on where the actual parents are.
What would you like to do for the real parents?
I assume we should take them back home.
Back.
Yee.
So they're coming back to the castle with you, if they want to, obviously. Like,
If they want to, yes, he would
No,
try to
They
convince.
don't get a choice.
Caldrax would try to convince them that it's not safe here anymore. He would try and do the same to his grandparents as well, but I highly doubt they'll do anything.
they won't listen to you.
He will try and convince the grandparents. Not as hard as he tries to convince his parents. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's not as safe here, I guess, if you wanted a car.
It's like he would try to convince them, it's not safe. He would try to convince his grandparents as well, but he knows full well that it's an ineffectual thing because they're not going to listen to him, and they think they can just handle everything on their own anyway. So, but his
Do
parents.
they not like you because you're a tiefling, or
Yes.
because you're?
Yes, it's exactly that.
Okay, it's not to do with your lifestyle choices.
It's to do with my lifestyle choices as well, but as soon as I was born, I was the shame of the family.
Oh. At least let you earn that shame, and you've earned that shame quite well.
You kind of reveal out of character and kind of to all. Basically, Caldrax's parents, his father was the eldest son, and therefore would take over everything once the grandparents died. As soon as Caldrax was born, he was moved to the bottom of the rung.
Yeah.
He stands no chance of inheriting anything.
It's really sad. He's such a nice guy.
I know.
As mean as all the jokes that Cal and Hal have, 'cause, it's all jokes. Hal 100% believes.
It's 100% obviously true for her.
I will. I will.
Um,
No, okay, never mind. You go ahead.
Sorry, I just I think it's sad.
It is. I will apologize to the parents for all the shit that's happened.
It was not your fault.
I tried speaking to old grumpy and old grumpy lady. I don't know names. I'm not good with names. But they either don't speak common, but I heard them speak common, so they definitely do, or they're really mean.
They are very set in their ways.
No matter what our family thinks of Cal's grandparents, I'm glad you're all okay at least.
They should take some lessons from Akadi and move with the wind.
I think it is
Well-
time that we moved from Everland.
See, there you go. The wind guides you.
I'm thinking more of my son, but
And how did he get here? Guided by the wind.
Pi will put her hand on Hal's shoulder and just go, just give him a minute.
Oh, am I talking too much? I've not been around people for my entire life, so I don't really get like social cues if you're awkward or hungry. Are you hungry? Is that what this is?
How?
Yes.
Shh.
Okay, I'll go get snacks.
Yes, go get snacks. Go get snacks.
Will your grandparents mind if? They probably will mind. I'll do it anyway.
No matter what you do, they'll mind.
Morks will go with How and just say they will definitely mind.
Are you like a sneaky thief, like the other, like your sibling, whose gender Michael has forgotten because
Brother.
brother? Yeah, no, I got there. I knew it was brother, but you know brain. Could you steal all the best chocolate cakes?
If given the right incentive, sure.
It would make me really happy.
Oh no.
Pi will go too.
The right incentive at this moment is it will make them unhappy. He says,
I don't-
smiling.
I don't often agree with that, but these people deserve to have a frowny face.
And so how Pyrolus and Morks disappear to the kitchen for a few minutes.
It's just, I would like to say one more thing as how
Oh,
he goes, don't worry, I know how to pick locks. What? Hal really believes he knows how to do this?
well, you're with the actual rogue, so
I-
yeah.
Morks will just say, let me try first.
Oh, I want to try first. I should leave this serious role-playing to go back to it.
Calyrex.
Yes. Yes, hi.
Hello. It's been a while.
Yes, I know. You get the fuck back here!
He's like, you have
I
your
don't
space.
You've saved us. Apparently, again.
Well, I wasn't alone.
You have friends.
I do.
Call this friend.
Well,
No, no take backs.
some are acquaintances.
No take backs.
We
No, they're friends.
we understand from what your friends were saying that you have a castle or a keep.
A keep. Yes. Near Fandalin.
Maybe after all this action, it's time for an extended visit. If you'll have us.
Of course I will. I mean, kind of turns to Mallory. Is it all right?
We don't need to stay in the keep. I'm sure there's somewhere nearby.
Well, a little kind of town, not necessarily town, but a little settlement's kind of built up nearby the castle. So
We can find somewhere.
we're not that far from like Waterdeep and Neverwinter and things.
Maybe it's time to move the business. What is it the blue one was saying? Go where the air leads you.
Yes. Wisdom of Akadi is spreading.
Kalemvor guides you.
Yeah.
Back off! My god has credit on this one.
Follow the path until death.
Exactly.
That's a morbid way of saying what I said. Cool. My way's a lot more like light and breezy, but hey, you guys do you.
But yes, I would recommend. I mean, I'm assuming Garrett's all right. My brother.
Yes.
About him, he's dead.
He died a while ago.
He
tried
died
to
50. He died 12 years ago.
What
Don't you remember, Calderon?
what does he do?
He would help his father's business and everything.
Yes, I'm sure he can run things down here and move over soon.
He's the official window cleaner.
Either way, it'll be great to see you all often.
Yes.
And being perfectly frank, I would love you to be away from grandparents, from my grandfather and grandfather.
That would be refreshing.
If you need any help, Malzery here's great at moving people around, aren't you, Malzery?
Malzeray's moving services.
I mean, I could try.
Speaking of which, and it goes up to Malzeray and puts arm around him and pulls him forcibly closer.
Ah!
Malzeray, these are my parents.
Hi.
Hello.
Uh,
Who's Malzeray is a friend?
he is a very close friend. He's
Blushes.
I've been with him longer than the other two have.
What colour does a purple tiefling blush?
Probably like
Darker
a,
purple.
yeah, probably like a double purple.
I ship this so hard right now.
So do they, don't worry.
Oh yeah. The ship has sailed and circumvented the globe already.
This is my favorite ship.
Okay. If it makes you happy. We'll, we'll get things in order and we'll arrange travel.
Good. And I'll look forward to seeing you.
Yes. Soon.
Very soon.
Happy.
And
Hugs them.
Aw,
they hug you back.
yay.
But right before they tragically died.
For the sake of brevity, we'll say that you just deal with the doppel parents at some point off camera.
Yeah.
But we'll just have them
sitting down-
mentioned.
We're
Or
just stealing the cakes, and suddenly the parents are there. We're like, "Oh, those aren't the we should do something about that."
okay, yeah, that's exactly how it happens. They just walk in on you in the kitchen. How Morks and Pyrolis just put them down.
Cakes in one hand, swords in the other.
And we just reappear in the room. Yeah, the other parents are gone. Have cake.
Just another.
Actually,
We also have cake.
you know that scene. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but have you seen the Bulletproof Monk film?
I have not, no.
I'm aware of it, but I've never
So
seen it.
yeah.
There's a scene where the monk is first introduced and he's eating a bowl of Rice Krispies, and he has an entire fight sequence with another guy holding this bowl of Rice Krispies perfectly upright the whole time as he does this dramatic acrobatic fight sequence.
I love it.
And so that is exactly how Hal deals with this. Just, no, I don't want to drop these.
This is a good cake.
You guys head back out onto the road and start heading back home towards your keep.
I'll say bye to Morgs if he's not coming.
Morks will agree to stay and try to contact the Demogorgon and see about putting things right.
Cool.
Yes,
He's
I don't like the name Demogorgon. It just doesn't sound like he's a good person.
Also, Morgs, I wouldn't say convince our parents to move out, but why don't you try and convince them to go on a holiday whilst you're doing this?
that might be a good idea.
I think they need it.
I'll make sure they're not around in case any fallout occurs.
Good. Make sure it doesn't. And he goes.
And you ride out from Everland back on your horses.
Yeah!
And the first night camping on the way home,
You die. You
Oh fuck!
horribly,
Jesus. Oh no!
all of that cake explodes.
No! I knew we should have checked for booby traps.
In Hal's stomach because he ate all of it.
Yes.
I do like cake.
Pyrolis,
Hello.
the first night of your trip home,
Is
You-
also your last.
you have a dream.
Uh-oh.
Would you like
Not a dream.
would you like to have the dream here, or would you like to go to the darkened corner?
Let's go into the darkened corner, shall we? We've not used that for a while.
Okay.
Well,
Hey.
Hey.
Pyrolis dreams for a little while about normal things. Whatever Pyrolis dreams about.
Okay.
And then, at some point in the night, there is just a rhythmic hammering. And Pyrolis turns away from the dream in progress. And
I'd like to think she was back with her family, like on the farm. Not necessarily with people, but she was around on the farm doing
Okay.
whatever.
You see at the corner of the farm a small blacksmith shop set up.
Mm-hmm.
And in front of the blacksmith is a dwarf hammering on an anvil. Just a warm piece of metal. And you recognize this dwarf as Thundu. Never actually pronounced his name. 1 minute. You recognize this as Thundu Rubyheart, your patron.
Oh, okay, yes.
He looks up at you and smiles warmly.
She would approach him.
You're doing good work out there.
Yeah. It's not been easy.
The path of an adventurer rarely is.
Understandable, I guess.
You shoulder the burdens of others so that those who can't for themselves have someone to lean upon in times of darkness.
Mm.
It's not an easy path, but it's not without thanks, and not without its rewards. I have located a magic item that might be of use to you.
Okay.
And I can sense something is coming. You're gonna want to buckle down for this storm that's brewing.
Not a good thing, then.
But afterwards, you'll need to go here. And he sets down. He plunges the bit of metal that he was working on into some water, and just a great gout of steam erupts up. And then he reaches into his apron, fumbles with his leather gloves, and pulls out a slightly tattered map and hands it to you. And
is it anywhere that's recognised?
you can see marked on it the family farm. You can see marked on it the castle, the keep of the
inn as well.
Yep.
Okay.
And sort of as a third point on this map is the Golden Tooth's castle.
Okay.
So it's quite a scale of map that he has handed you. And marked closer to the family's farm and inn is a X in red. Divine senses tell us that a great weapon, the Pyre Maul, is buried here. If you can retrieve it, I can work it into your weapon.
How will I know when I found it? Are there any clues beyond an X on a map? Anything to look for?
It was lost. It was used in a fight a long time ago by the gods and lost to this world. You'll know it when you get near. And from the looks of it, it's on your way. Sooner or
Yes.
later.
We are heading back to that area, yes. I shall endeavour to find it as quickly as I can, group permitting.
I have faith. We're doing good work.
She'll sigh slightly. Yeah, I've got faith too. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Whatever the storm is.
And with that, he goes back to hammering on the blacksmith. And eventually, Pyrrhus wakes up.
What? Oh, they're back. Let's stop talking about.
So are we saying that it comes to morning as she wakes up, or
Yes.
she will have a book out and be scribbling, drawing out a map when she wakes up.
How we'll do that like nosy sibling thing and just sort of clamber over her. What you doing?
I had a dream and I met my patron. And I need to head here. This was as close as I could draw to the map he gave me.
What did he say about you? Did he say nice things? Does he like me?
There's a weapon they want me to find.
What is
And
it?
it's sort of en route.
It's a thing that does damage to people.
As far as I can tell,
I'm sorry, I saw the opportunity. I had to take it.
Do not apologize for that. That was well done.
as far as I can tell, it has a great power, something that can be combined with the hammer I have already.
Oh, that's cool. I like your hammer.
There's a storm coming, but there were no specifics.
There's a
It's gonna
storm
be-
coming us away.
It's going to be a case of trying to ride through it, from what I understand.
That's
And-
not promising.
This, he thinks, will help.
Well, if your patron thinks we should be prepared for something, I think we should be prepared because he seems like a really cool guy, and I want him to like me.
Who is your patron, by the way?
John,
I
what
don't
was
know,
his name?
so I call him Steve.
Sundu Rubyheart.
There you go.
Do Ruby Heart.
That's an
Yeah.
interesting name.
Hence the ruby at the heart of the hammer. Anyone noticed that?
What did you...
That is very twisty.
Yeah. It's, I guess where the hammer comes from. It is the connection I have.
But then we will.
He went away.
He's still talking, he's gone quiet. So I'm assuming headphones unplugged.
Possibly. No, you've gone away.
He was just quiet, he's talking, I can hear him.
You're very quiet. And now he has
But
gone
yes.
away.
No! I can't
So-
believe...
I cannot.
Hello,
Hello.
No.
I'm alive.
Back.
again.
Yes.
I don't know what
you're all
happened
good.
there. I think just Discord was like, what is this? Headphones? No, they don't exist. Yeah. I think we should do it. We already did Cal's personal quest, so
Well, she told me about personal quest.
we.
Anyway.
Well, either way, this is something that's important to you. You all came to help me and Mal, so
Yeah. Besides, I
That's
want to
what-
find out about your mysterious backstory.
That's what we do, though. We all help each other.
if we were to do this, would there be a chance of us meeting your parents?
Well,
I mean-
and would your parents, perchance, be overtaken by mysterious doppelgangers as well?
Also, would they happen to have, embarrassing child
Jeff-
pictures of you?
I
Damn
know
it! I'm
that
gonna have to
live.
scrap. I'm gonna have to scrap Pyrolus's doppelganger parents storyline now, aren't I?
Sorry, should I took the wind out of the sails on that one?
I'm sure we could drop in on them.
I know where they live. They live in a tavern.
Yeah, we have an inn, so I'm sure they'd be fine with us staying.
I stayed there for a while. I gave them some money.
You had money.
Oh yeah, I had some.
Kind of looks to Pyrolus to see if he actually did pay them money or did he have to...
Yeah, she'd nod.
Surprising.
No question on how much it was. But yeah, paid.
I have this copper piece.
I'll give you 1 copper piece.
Okay, you continue riding. And sound of horses.
Insert horse noise.
Towards the end of the second day of travel,
I was about to say, to the end of this session.
and especially the end of the session, but I'm gonna do this real fast. There is a loud crack of thunder in a cloudless sky. And you all look up, and hanging in the sky over you is a great bronze vessel.
What the hell is that?
What the fuck is that?
And there's a sound, and then
See
slamming
this too, right?
into the ground in front of you
Ah.
is a pod. And it opens. And a 7.5 foot tall hippopotamus man. He's a very tall man.
And
A very, very tall hippo man steps forth from the pod. Ah, good day.
hi.
Hi.
My name.
Malzray, have I drunk something?
No, we're not high.
My name is Warrington.
That's a cool name.
Oh my god, not another posh twat.
I am the commander of the Spelljammer. And he
What now?
gestures upwards. And I am the protector of the multiverse.
The what now?
Verse and the what?
I...
I have important questions.
Oh,
1,
no.
how do they make clothes that big? 2,
We have a sewing machine.
The fuck
okay,
is-
this is more questions.
It is
Okay,
a machine for sewing.
Most important question first.
Excellent way of
How
doing
are
things. I am Capital. How are you?
I thought you said your name was Warrington.
I mean, we've been better, but I guess we're alright.
Excellent.
Doing great.
Puzzled, actually. Very puzzled.
That is a good way of being. Always
Oh,
see
I'm
things
always
as a puzzle.
puzzled.
I am led to believe, from my senses, that the Golden Tooth is around here somewhere.
No, none of us have golden teeth. We've checked.
I mean, that would be us too. I don't know if the other two count yet. Did we
I mean-
actually initiate them?
I mean,
I don't have any golden teeth.
I mean,
No,
they've not gone through the initiation ceremony, so
It's just out of character. Is the initiation ceremony sex with one of you two? Because I'm not in.
it's a
How did you know?
it's a 4-day long orgy.
Yeah, I knew an orgy would be related somehow.
Well, these two are kind of on trial to be initiated, but we're the official. We're the founders.
Yeah.
Capital. I am led to believe that you are mighty adventurers.
Well, that's one word for us.
I'm pretty fucking mighty.
At the very least, adventurous.
I'm led to believe you're here, standing in front of me.
I believe you're at least people of some kind.
I've been led to believe you're alive.
No, I prefer the mighty part. Mighty part's good.
Excellent. Then, I need your assistance.
With what?
Are you moving?
No. Well, yes, because that's just kind of a byproduct of how this whole thing works. I'm alive, and then I move. That's besides the point, little blue man.
Oh, my name is Hal. Hi, and I reach out to shake his hand.
Side note, can you imagine moving his sofas?
Oh, they'd be big, and they'd be heavy as well, because they're going to support him.
Yeah.
You are Hal.
Yes.
How are you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I am Hal. How is me?
You is How.
You how?
Yes.
You
Pirates.
Hello. He holds a hand out.
Yeah, she check
Right.
it.
Excellent. Manners.
The fate of the multiverse is at stake.
The hell's happening
What?
with the multiverse?
What's a multiverse?
Who's a multiverse?
Am I a multiverse?
You are in a multiverse.
I thought I was on a horse.
Can we like roll to see if we understand what?
What
I
the-
don't need to. I don't need to roll. I don't understand.
How does not understand?
Would it be like Arcana or just?
I'll
intelligence?
give you an Arcana check.
No, I don't have a fucking clue.
Nope.
Definitely no.
Wait, so multiverse? Do you mean like verses in song?
Are we about to be in a band?
No.
Oh.
Oh. Like, I'm really disappointed. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, it's still fairly early in the day. You're gonna have to be more specific and less
We have literally just
less
woken up.
words.
Some of us aren't very bright, and I point to Caldrax, like sort of like.
Warrington then takes about 10 minutes and explains the multiverse to you. Which I will not do because that accent hurts.
Really interesting.
Yes!
How? Do you understand all that?
Oh, multiverse.
Oh. Alright, so what the fuck's happening with that?
Wait. Does that mean there's another me somewhere?
Oh, I hope not.
Theoretically,
We could be best friends.
It
or
is-
worst enemies, or
It-
both, or neither.
it is very unwise to meet another version of yourself from another reality.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
But-
that would destroy the world, mate.
But we could do each other's hair.
I've always said do each other.
I was thinking the same thing.
Do not sully Hal with your disgustingness. You cretins. You
High five, Dave.
vermin.
A force of darkness is attempting to collect a relic, an artifact, known as the Orrery of the Wanderer.
Oh.
We'll help.
Cool.
They are going to use its mighty power to cause a convergence and destroy multiple universes, forming a
Why?
vacuum. They believe it will give them enough power to pull off whatever their goal is. But at the same time, it will doom many worlds.
Cool. I'm up for helping. What can I do? I'm very windy.
Excellent. Get on board the pod.
Wait, we're going up there?
Okay. I just go in.
I mean, it looks a bit tight in there.
Like a toiga.
Do I use the line? Do I use the line?
Use the line.
Always use the line.
It's bigger on the inside.
Oh my
that's
god,
alright
it's
then.
so much bigger in here!
Oh, well, that's alright then, and I go in.
It's a lot smaller on the outside.
I both love and hate the fact I used that line.
No, be honest. You just love that you did it.
Yeah, to be fair, mostly it's that.
I mean, never thought I'd see myself hippo, but you know what?
Does
It's so
this-
bizarre it is believable.
I mean,
Does
to be
this
perfectly frank,
make us some sort of companions?
to be
Wow,
perfectly frank, this is
wow,
not what I expected to happen today, but
How boring would things be if just the things you expected to happen occurred?
I really like this guy. Like, so much.
Lots of people apparently do.
Lots of people.
Or at least 3.
Oh,
fair enough.
wait. Before we go, I need to do one thing.
What?
I go out and pick some flowers.
Aw.
Well, if we're meeting new people...
Oh my god!
You do not have enough flowers, little man.
Okay, I go out and get more.
Uproot the whole bush.
Carries like 2 bunches under his arms.
Is this enough now?
I think that's more than enough.
Pi has kind of turned away slightly and is just muttering to herself, like, is this the storm? Was that the
There
storm?
was lightning. It's pretty stormy.
Well, it's got to happen anyway. And then she'll just turn back around and walk on without much else said.
I'm assuming Calderax has either also gotten in or will get in.
yeah, he'd gotten in with Malzerai.
She will
Um,
stop next to him and just say, we'll return to here if successful.
Yes, or I could drop you somewhere else if you would prefer.
Okay.
He could be a shortcut to where you want to go.
Clunk. The door's shut, and the pod... You don't feel the acceleration.
As we're going, I have Ember, and I'm like, will this guy be safe?
He can stay on the Spelljammer.
You hear that? You gotta stay on a spaceship. Or whatever that means. I wasn't really paying attention.
Looks more like an airship.
It's both.
Well,
I
don't worry. This is our battle hound. We'll go.
Back off.
Warrington just reaches out a little index finger and just strokes.
inadvertently crushes us.
Like, does a full of mice and men.
And then the pod docks with the Spelljammer, and you guys are in the Christmas crossover.
Yay! Yay!
Christmas!
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 So, that is the end of the Golden Tooth for this year.
Aw.
No, that's the end of the Golden Tooth. We actually died there. What we saw was the brief glimpses of death before we died.
And in the Christmas crossover, you'll be playing doppelgangers of the Golden Tooth.
And we won't even know it. Until I try and summon my Warhammer.
Oh. So, tune in tomorrow night when the second episode of the Christmas crossover airs, which is You Cannot Go Home Again.
What a wanna.
Yeah, your home wasn't a great place. I'm gonna be like, I don't want to sound negative, but your home was just a real disappointment.
You're
Where-
a real
Cakes
disappointment.
Cakes were good though.
And then tune in on Sunday for the 3rd episode of the Christmas crossover, which is titled A Friend in Need,
You gotta no.
where we see Malzere and Calderax picking up from basically here.
Yay.
The Adventures of Calderay and Mazalak.
Hell yeah.
Then tune in on Monday for when Sean and I continue decorating for Christmas. I think we've said we're going to try and get everybody's houses in.
Yeah, some houses are still empty. We've got some bits to finish so that everyone's
So that things like,
sorted.
I think Amy's house still needs a door and like a bed. And I
Yeah,
think
did you want a door and a bed, Amy?
Yeah, I'd love that.
I think
Amy
Sean
needs a bed.
I think Sean might need a door and a bed. I think Michael has a house. It's got a big telescope sticking out of it, and he sleeps in the telescope.
Yeah.
I do.
It's got a fox in it
And
as
I
well.
have I was gonna say I have
Two
a foxy
foxes.
throne.
2 foxes.
There could always be more foxes, just for the record. there is no minimum number of foxes.
But we'll be back with that Wednesday next week. I don't know what's happening. And then there'll be a 4th episode of the Christmas crossover on Sunday, which means I will actually have more time to prepare for that one. And that one is titled Plague Ridden. So stay tuned for that one. We'll be back real soon, guys. For now, farewell.
Bye-bye.
Bye.